to sum up, there's been some concerning deaths that have been happening in Central Park. Sloan has some suspicions about exactly what's going on. And, well, it just so happens that there's a bit of a tunnel network that connects to the back of their sanctum. So Luke's concerned about security. So, where do we think the coterie would meet up? Are they going to meet up? Are they going to invite Sloan down into the sanctum to discuss everything? Or are they meeting out in the field?
Well, Luke did want to explore the tunnels. We could probably do a little midway.
Sloan would have to know how to get into the tunnels from the other direction.
Right. Ooh, God,
I would like
maps.
to. I'd like to map out the tunnels, but the fact is, Sloan sounds like they need help now. So why don't we head over?
Sensible shoes kind of day. Yeah.
Yeah, we can check out the tunnels after or during, but should probably get to Sloan.
To the park.
Yay, park trip! I love the park.
It's the little emerald jewel in the middle of the rough that is New York City. Well, good news is it's not far to Central Park from the Met, seeing as the Met is literally partially in the park. Its backyard essentially is Central Park. So, at this point, would the coterie be using the front door at the Met, or would they be using the tunnel system? Because you already have one exit that exits out 2 blocks east of where you are. Yeah, 2 blocks east of where you are.
Yeah, that one's easy to use, and that way I can show everyone where it is.
Seems like a good idea to me. I'd like to know what's in the tunnels. At least this is one of them.
Would you give Sloan the entrance so that you could, or at least the street corner near that exit so that you can meet up?
Yeah.
All right. So, it is 7:30. About a half hour after sundown. The sky is just finishing its transformation from that warm that warm palette of purples and oranges, and is finally becoming a cooler blue. I'd say you look up at the stars in the sky, but anybody who's been to New York knows that there's no stars in the sky above New York. It's a phenomenon called light pollution.
We have our own stars. It's on every,
building.
6 feet away, every building, every rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Just a gaping, shapeless, empty void.
No, it's filled with
like
stars.
my soul. Like my heart. I'm sorry. I was just
Do we need
working
to
on my
burn
poetry.
something down again?
No,
okay?
no, I'm fine. Let's go take a walk.
As they've been as they walk through the tunnel
Luke's
system.
Therapy?
Yes, I write haikus.
No, I meant burning things down.
That
Do you
also.
feel okay? Do you want to burn something down again?
You want to go start a fire?
Okay, let's go start a fire.
The best is to be finding the haikus randomly in the library at some point.
They're bookmarks now.
Yeah.
These tunnels are basically service access rail that was used in the early days of the city to transport coal from building to building. Seeing as well, moving to heat these when you didn't have centralized utilities, you needed to heat these buildings. Many of them used coal furnaces in the basement. And to get that much coal all over a city the size of New York, moving it along the surface? No, not cool. That would take up about 50% of the traffic alone in the winter. So, early tunnel networks were built to transport coal from building to building. And from supplier to building, I should say. It's these small handcart rails that Delia, Luke, and Charlie find themselves walking. It's not a far walk. It's two city blocks. Well, avenues. So a little bit of a walk. If you know your city, avenues are much longer to walk than streets. So it's a 2-avenue walk. So about 4 blocks if you're going by streets. It takes about 5 minutes because you don't have to stop at the crosswalks. So it takes 5-10 minutes to get over there. It's a vertical access shaft that Luke is familiar with because he used it to go pick up lunch last time. It leads out into a small, not a full-fledged alleyway, but kind of a alcove. You know those, you know, in apartment complexes when you have the front stoop that goes up to the door, and then you've got the small stairs that go down underneath the door. It's a barred, like, employees only doorway. And there's several layers of access before you get to that. It's kind of a hidden in plain sight kind of a thing. And it looks like you're just coming out of an apartment in the basement of that one building. Out on the street.
Now, you got to watch your head when you're coming through here. Or, well, Charlie, maybe you don't, but you got to watch your head when you're coming through here. It's a little low. Wasn't really designed with modern code in mind. Also, watch your feet. Some of the wood is rotten. Don't want to fall through. I don't know exactly what's underneath.
Well, I wasn't worried about the cramped part, but the wood. Oh, maybe we'll fix that. We can work on this.
Through the musty smell of damp earth, you crawl out into a not a finished room, but it's still a poured cement room that lets out of a closet into a storage area, which then leads into a small hallway which connects to the front door. You gotta go looking for this access point to be able to use it. Outside on the street, Sloane waits patiently or impatiently.
It hasn't been long enough yet to be full impatient, but there's a lot of shuffling.
Probably squatting near a tree or standing on the corner.
Yeah, probably leaning like up against a building someplace out of the way.
As you come out of this I want to call it underground access, but it's really just a basement access to this building. You can see Sloane standing across the street, leaning up against a part of a building that juts out, and there's a pizza place going nice and busy just on the corner on the other side of Sloane.
Is Nice and Busy the name of the pizza place? Please tell me it is.
Is Nice and Busy the name of the pizza place?
No, it doesn't. You don't know what the name of the pizza place is because it just says pizza and the slices are probably $1.
Yeah.
Like every
literally
other New York pizzeria, it just says pizza and then it says $1 slice.
Yep. The name of the place is Pizza $1 Slice.
You're so not wrong. It's just the keyword.
There's people walking out of there with floppy white plates and floppier pizza. Just going about their day, moving through, grabbing a slice on the way out, on the way to either home or after work or what have you. You're all able to catch eyes on each other. Sloan cross the street to them, or you guys walk over to the other side? Because meeting up in the middle of the street isn't exactly an option in New York.
I'll come over because I'm sick of like the smell and watching just drips of grease from every single person that walks by. Because if it's flopping over the edge, the grease is just dripping off the tip of the slice.
If you looked at the sidewalk outside the pizza place, you'd think it had rained recently with the number of drops that were landing.
Good dough, but cheap cheese.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
Charlie's just bouncing. Charlie's just bouncing on the sidewalk, like watching Sloan come over, just like excited that friend is coming.
And there you are on the sidewalk, just outside. Pizza, $1 slice.
Oh, it smells so good. Hi, Sloan.
How's it going,
Hi.
Sloan?
It could be better.
Saw your message.
I figured I'd share. I mean, honestly, it didn't seem terribly private.
It's not like it was a secret. I mean, I wasn't expecting you to come alone either anyway.
Yeah, which is a little weird to me, because, when someone needs help, I usually assume it's over, like, I can't find this book. Help. I don't understand why I have this rash. Help. Not, there are rambunctious fighting things and murder. You, Noodle Arms, come here. Help. Yeah.
You have access.
Oh, well, if you just wanted to borrow Luke and Charlie, I could.
I really wouldn't discount a Tremere in a fight. I've seen him do some crazy things.
I'm not discounting her either. I'm just saying I didn't expect her to come alone.
So, do we want to find somewhere we can kind of talk? Because you seem to have an idea about what's going on, but I feel like I will most likely have 800 other questions.
I have suspicions, so... Because it's not like I don't know what's happening north of me. But, yeah, why don't we... Where the hell did you guys come out of?
Oh.
Places.
The floor? Tunnels.
What, am I not allowed to know?
No, we just don't have a map yet.
Share it with you later. I'll walk you through
Okay.
it. Trying to explain it would take longer than just showing you.
Where does it go?
Back to the... net.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's,
Curtis found it.
My surprise is 0.
Yeah. It should be. Anything beneath this city, I'm sure he's well acquainted with. So,
Charlie awkwardly shuffles and shifts weight, hearing Curtis's name be brought up so soon. Just like...
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Hi. I missed you. I still love your hair.
Okay, let's go talk.
Sloan, smooth.
I love that we now have an equal 50-50 split of, hi, hello there, and...
Don't talk to me.
I live in the woods to be away from people? Like...
It's a lot of hi. No.
no, it's hi. Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure how you keep this up the whole time.
I sniff a lot of coffee.
Luke and Sloan definitely feel like the pair that would say "you too" when the server says "enjoy your dinner."
Oh no!
Enjoy your flight. You too. You know.
Oh.
You know what?
Never
You take
fly
this ticket. You
someday.
deserve it more than I do.
Yeah.
Well, so the coterie starts making their way toward on the surface now, towards the park.
Yeah,
All right.
it's late enough that we should be able to find a quiet place in the park to talk.
We can also do a little walking, talking.
As long as we're not near, like, the skating rink. We shouldn't
So-
hit too many people.
What is it that makes you think that we've got beasties?
Because the police department is saying that it's some kind of animal.
Well, I mean, it is New York. Didn't we have an alligator in the sewer at one point? And we've had those people on the drugs that kept on chewing on people. And, well, yeah, it's New York, so we have murders all the time. What's weird about this?
Because here's the thing.
Animal
Now-
attack could also be code for vampire.
It's a little... Okay. Delia, you know by now what science can do. They can, match the bite marks to
Oh, yeah.
what kind of animal it is. Oh, this was a bear. Oh,
Yeah.
this was a cat, Well, they can't fucking tell.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that even if it was what we think, there would be some... Okay, meta question. I would assume if you were to analyze a werewolf fur, you would be like, it is some kind of canine.
Yeah,
They'd be able to tell that much, right?
they'd be able to tell it's wolf fur. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, were they able to at least be like, oh, wolves, how did these get out of the zoo? Because,
This is why I'm
Mm.
sorry. I'm leaning towards what we're hearing from the police probably isn't 100% accurate.
No,
There's so
the
many
detective-
different parties who get their hands into everything. You can't trust shit.
well, you could,
And you can't just say, we don't know what did this. They have to be like, oh, it was some kind of vicious animal that got out in the park and we're dealing with it. They can't just
Right.
be like,
oh, yeah,
fuck,
absolutely.
who knows?
That'd be terrible. But,
Do-
like, you mentioned that they probably analyzed the forensics evidence at the murders. They have they haven't said yes or no to a canine, or...
Sloan doesn't have access to the cops. That's the downside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I only have access to so much intel. You want to ask these questions, you should probably message Danny. Danny could probably find out, get you a report in, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Why didn't we do that then? We should have done that. We should do that now.
We could do that now. We could do this. We could text and walk.
You
Yeah.
want me to roll for Danny?
Danny now is on, like,
I
the
would.
sheet.
Okay. So Danny is for anybody in chat who is unaware. Danny is another character who appeared on the show during our little three episode run of Interlude on Nocturne, played by Cake. If you're familiar with the channel, for the sake of not letting it get too bogged down by connecting me giving Cake information, then Cake filtering it here, and then that could create a lot of hurdles to jump over, hoops to jump through. I'll have Cake look up Danny's. Let's see here.
I mean, I just figured we'd send a text and then not hear back in time.
Yeah, that's fair. Too.
You can send a text, but I'll let you guys roll to see what kind of information you get. I just need Cake to let you know what Danny's. Let's see here. You know what's helpful? Having.
I'm
the
literally
vampire
just sending a
book
message
open.
that says, hey ho. 'Cause
Maybe
it's
she'll
me.
be like, hey ho. Not,
Hey ho.
yeah, not that.
It's two very different.
Hey, ho.
Yes.
Means different things.
Yeah. See, you lose that in text.
It's up to the
Yeah,
captain.
you could be mining dwarves.
Yeah, it could be sing song.
Or a
but...
jolly pimp. One or the other. Very back of the book. There
You
it
my
is.
bottom bitch.
I need Cake to send Danny's wits investigation with a bonus die for hacking. I need the number that the pool would be for that.
Oh.
And then we can run that shit. and then I will let everyone know what gets translated.
Yeah.
Or Danny's just coming right downstairs right now. Oh, your sheet's down here? I thought you had it up on your computer upstairs.
Hi, everyone.
Well, at least
Hey,
now,
Danny.
Connor, you'll be able to have the sheet if you need it.
Long time no see.
Danny.
So 6 dice,
Danny.
because I'm giving a bonus for hacking.
Oh, yeah. 6 dice.
So 6 dice.
Ah, yeah.
Somebody
Danny's
roll
not-
6 dice. Thank you.
Go back into my cave now.
Go enjoy.
Sloan, you want to do a roll?
Hi, I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I'm phoning you as my phone a friend. Can you tell me what the police are saying about these attacks?
All right, I need one of you to roll 6 dice.
All right, I got it.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
See if it's a fire hydrant.
We were not prepared for guest
I
appearances
got-
beyond Sloan tonight.
I got 2
2.
successes.
Okay.
Not
So
bad.
some of the information I'm sending it to the secret Sloan messaging right now.
I'm just on the phone going, uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Well, because they're idiots. That's not even what... Ugh.
You just have to put a...
No. Yeah, they're really big idiots. I know everyone's dumber than you. I got that.
You know, no one should probably tell her, but I probably could have looked this up before we left too. But there were other books, and there was drugs.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Bye. Okay, so the police, they think it might be a bear, or it might be some kind of canine, but it's too big for canine. So, and they found fur, but the best match to the fur is, what did she say? Oh, hold on, she sent me a, Eurasian wolves?
Oh,
Native to, wait, Danny says those are native to Mongolia, though. Weird. Yeah, so, like I said, and listen, it was kind of like a best guess kind of thing, because you guys know about Central Park, right? It's not like it's a mystery. It's not a big fucking secret.
so like, how many have there been? Has there been any kind of repeat in the timing? Because if there's an actual reliable time frame between the incidents, then maybe it could be something related to a holiday, a ritual, you know.
I know there's 5, and I don't know the exact dates. But it wasn't just kind of like, oh, hey, you know, somebody freaked out and mauled them here. Like, it's almost like they laid them out for somebody to find.
They were laid out in a specific way.
It was kind of like they were being displayed.
Ew.
So I was just trying to look up Eurasian wolves, and I didn't really find anything that would, like, distinguish that from anything else, really. They're just big wolves.
Oh, it looks like they were all within about 3 weeks.
So over the last 3 weeks, or 3 weeks in between each of the dead body?
No, like, it's been 3 weeks of killing.
And how many killings again? I'm sorry.
5.
Mm,
Is that
I mean,
normal?
frankly, that sounds a little low. I mean, I don't know what the calorie intake of a werewolf
It's too
is.
far
but-
south. It doesn't. Okay.
Okay,
Maybe
so
you guys
it's a
aren't
territory
really.
issue.
What?
Are you saying because it's too far south, it would have been normal if the bodies are displayed north, but because it's further down, you wonder, that's the abnormal part. Is there some reason why they're leaving the part that, they stay in normally, happily, safely, quietly?
Listen, the shit that happens up by Jackie O, I don't care. I don't keep track of the deaths that happen up in that part of the park, all right? When it happens down south, when it happens in my part, I care.
Okay,
Or around mine.
hang on. No one's saying we're not going to help. We're not trying to like explain this away. Okay, so let's get that out of the way first.
No, I'm trying to
If
figure out
there's
the
something that we
behavior.
need to kill or punch or burn or whatever, that's going to happen. That's not a question. We're just trying to figure out what it might possibly be so that we know which gear to bring. Okay, if I got to bring a silver spike versus some kind of an enchanted stake versus holy water or some shit, like I need to know that ahead of time.
Listen,
Yeah,
I don't.
so I'm trying to figure out, like, what the behavioral change is, right? Because if you're saying that it's weird that it's south, why would this happen south? Or is it weird that they're displaying the bodies? Is that the weird
I
part?
would say both. I mean, okay. The fact, like I said, I don't really pay attention as much to what happens north unless it's like near Belvedere. If it starts getting close to there, then I kind of pay attention to it. But if it's too far north, it's really not my business. That's their shit. Whatever they want to do in their shit, I don't really care. But
Do they even know that you're here?
I assume so.
How?
I mean,
Do
they
you
probably-
go around peeing
probably
on the
smell.
trees?
I mean, we probably just
I
smell
think
in
it's the fact
general.
that this doesn't normally happen.
But
where
I'm
I-
asking, what enforces that agreement? Did they ever actually make an agreement with you? Or have they just been staying up north because they like it there? Maybe they have someone new who decides they like it here. Do you have some kind of a negotiation?
Sloan, make intelligence occults test.
Not my worst roll. Okay.
Ooh,
We learned a thing.
all right.
Not my worst roll.
Okay. 2. Thank you, reroll.
Okay. There's kind of a unofficial stay out declared between whoever, you don't know exactly who or what. You just call it a pack. You're not 100% sure how many, what they call themselves. You just know that you stay out in the north part. They'll stay out of the south part. You know that the amount of territory that would be called the south part is a lot smaller than what the north part is.
Mhm.
They also told you to there's like an art installation in the north that you're told you need to stay the fuck away from. It's some kind of like modern art rock structure thing. It's got carvings on it and shit. It's like a primitive calendar exhibit. If anybody knows your modern art mobile makers, I'm just fucking setting myself really into the art history.
We've all learned
nerddom.
more about Connery just now as well. Everyone
who-
take
who-
that notes about the backstory.
Was anybody paying attention in modern art history class? You know who Calder is?
I didn't take that.
Nerd.
Nobody made me take that.
I said drawing. Did not.
I think I know which one you're talking about, actually. But,
Calder was known for mobiles and motion sculpture. That
yeah, didn't he do zoetropes and stuff?
Yeah, I believe so.
The
So-
little light spinny things.
But I also assume there's some kind of like markings in areas.
It's more like you just know not to go north, and it's better to err on the side of caution. So long as you, let me see here. Hey, map of Central Park is helpful.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the areas in New York I actually don't need much of a map for. I have walked the whole park.
Okay.
For small features I do, but the basics of it I don't need it.
Always go back to Kirby.
It's
Always
in my
back
soul.
to Kirby.
So long as you don't go north of 72nd Street, you're okay. So like
that I need to check.
The Met is technically in part of the park that you wouldn't go near. But that 72nd Street Traverse and a little part of East Drive, you can maybe 79th Street isn't completely terrifying, but you know if you go anywhere past the lake, you are in dangerous territory. And it looks like the area that they really want you to stay away from is the expanse north of the North Meadow, which is just north of 97.
Oh yeah, way up north of the reservoir. Yeah.
Yeah, but they've been claiming a lot of territory. Like the Ramble is about as far north as you can get. The bodies were found just south of the Great Lawn, which is just north of 79th Street. So almost in the backyard of the Met. Like if you stood on the roof of the Met and looked off into the Central Park, you could see several places where they would be. Well, you could point to the tree cusp where they would be found.
Okay. Are we talking like, was it all over that area, or was it just like
spotted around that area?
Okay. Okay. Solid. Yeah. Well, the problem is it's also in your backyard. It's not just my backyard, but yours too.
Well, okay, so I am very much with Luke on this. We just need to know the why so we are properly prepared for the confrontation that's sure to happen. My concern is that, well, like any animal that's acting out, usually there's a reason, and if we know the reason, then you can kind of understand the behavior. Is something encroaching on a territory? Is there a resource no longer available? Basic behavior concepts, right? And if we could figure out the why, then maybe we don't even have to do a confrontation.
Could be overpopulation. Could be they got a bunch of new guys who are coming in and they're trying to make their own little area.
I have a couple of guesses. Charlie's just off to the side taking pictures of different like flowers and stuff in the park with like a filter on that makes it look like the sun is still out. And she's just like, well, you know, a lot of animals outgrow their territory or something like that. So then they start making power moves like, you know, peeing on trees in your area. But I mean, they kind of didn't take that route, but it sounds like they're just leaving you warnings. I mean, some animals do that. So it could either be a big power move on their part to, you know, oh, this tree is really pretty. Sticker. Or it could just be, you know, maybe they have a couple of newbies that don't really understand territories yet. Or there's a rogue. Who knows? But, I don't know. It's what animals being animals, I guess. Like,
I do wonder a couple of things. All the people who were killed were human, right?
I believe so, right? Or were they? Yeah.
Okay. And were their bodies consumed in any way, or were they just attacked?
They were pretty fucked up, so it's hard to tell.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah,
Look,
they
it would
were
be wonderful if we could
mangled.
actually see a body. When was the last
Yeah.
one that was dead? How recently?
And I just look at the thing that Danny sent me and just...
The most recent one was about 5 days ago.
Would it still be in a morgue?
Possibly. Autopsy
If
would
they
have been
can't
done
be
already.
They can't be identified.
Well, they can't identify it. That sucks. Well, that's a thought. We could shelf that one because I could just hope that, you know, New York's ever-growing population of dead people made it so that they're behind on work and maybe they haven't gotten to that body yet. But that's a thought for another time. Maybe Luke, you and I could check later. Dead bodies. Okay. Well, we don't know much about things other than guessing about animals, but is there anybody we know who would know about perhaps the goings-on and maybe talk to us, rather?
Is there a mediator?
That's a good question. Is there anybody I would know that might have some connection or know-how?
You mean within... what specifically are you looking for, like, connection-wise? Like, what type of information are you looking for?
Somebody would, I guess, that would know about their territory and their behavior, or that might know something about, like, power changing hands or a new pack or anything.
Oh, when it comes to werewolves, you're pretty much the authority in the region.
Fuck.
Shit, it's me.
You can search your own brain if you wish.
Absolutely.
I'll take another what's intelligence occult negative just a -1.
Might I be of any assistance?
Do you guys want me to use any of the bonus stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so what do I get for a bonus?
You get one?
You should
a die
use
per
2.
bonus.
Yeah, at least use 2.
Use 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only have 2 dice, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah, I Zed remembers one of the first times I had to break up a fight while you know, like as a teacher. I saw the kids start fighting and I was like, boy, someone should really stop that. Probably a teacher should stop that. Oh shit, that's me. I should stop that. Like, definitely took me a minute. So I feel you on the, oh god, I'm the adult in this situation.
It's fine. Now that I know we're good, we're just gonna... It's okay. 2. Thank you for those bonus dice. I might not have gotten anything without those.
So wait, how many did you get? 2. Okay. A new alpha could possibly be inspiring more aggressive tactics. Also, a change in local dynamics
Okay.
could also be. You'd have to do a little bit of research, investigations into finding out if like the victims, if they're connected at all. You could go... Danny sent you essentially for the 4 of you to go over a little bit of the dossiers for each of the deaths. Basically semi-redacted police reports. So you got names and stuff like that, but you don't have like current theories and stuff like that. Like you don't have the case file, you have the autopsy reports.
I mean, power changing hands is kind of the biggest, like, the easiest explanation, potentially something like that, or some kind of change in the dynamics, whether there's like 2 packs shuffling territory, or somebody else moving in, or they just new leadership.
Sorry.
Okay, I got a wild idea.
Oh?
Okay.
Why don't we just go to where we know their territory is and wait for them to show up?
Meta-wise,
You
did you
just
mention...
walked out your back door.
Did you mention to the rest of the party about the rock structure, modern art thing?
That's way north, but I did not.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. I mean, if we're gonna be like co-living so close anyway, maybe Luke's not completely off his rocker on this one.
All right. Well, I can at least explain to you guys, and I'll pull out my phone, and I'll bring up a map of Central Park, and I'll zoom in, and I'll be like, all this down here is safe. Anything in between here, you're probably okay. The biggest thing is staying south of the castle, but you want to stay a little farther south than that. North of there, in this area, is where all the bodies were found. And then if you go north up here by like the reservoir and whatever, this is like absolute no-go. If you go here, you're asking for shit.
Okay, so we should go there.
So that tells me exactly where they
No.
would be.
You go into the so-so area. I think that's
Yeah.
a little less aggressive.
Hmm.
Are there certain
I'd
things...
rather not, I'd rather run into one or two rather than all of them.
Yeah, do a so-so, not a no-no. I think that's pretty fair.
I mean, if we
Okay,
run into
so
all
on
of
the
them,
list
we're
of
more likely to run
no-nos,
into
are there
leader, but
certain-
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, are there certain behaviors that you unspoken rule socially you all agree not to do when in that territory?
Well, I don't go here, and I just do this with my hand and go north. I don't go anywhere here, and they're real obsessed with shit in this area.
Okay.
This is like, if you go here, you will die.
Okay, but
Because this is important to them for whatever fucking reason, and I don't want to know anything more about it.
but
What's
now I
even
really
in
need
that
to know.
area?
What?
Maybe there's
It's a
What's-
it's a like a structure thing with rocks. It's got like carvings on it and whatever.
Oh, now I need to know. Is there a
Intelligence
picture?
occult.
Thank you.
Mm.
I mean, you can. Does it have a name? Does this structure have a name that I can like Google it and be like this?
Well, it does, but not without White Wolf lore.
It's a fictional art installation that I have added to.
Yeah.
New York
Okay.
to
I was like, I don't remember seeing anything up there, but I don't normally go that far north in
Maybe
the
it's
park.
a rotating display.
Luke is
I like to
fairly-
just go sit at the obelisk.
Yeah. Luke is aware of werewolves. Anybody else rolling it, by the way?
Me.
Both of you got 3. Okay. You're both... Luke and Delia are both remembering things they've heard. Luke via the... around the estate whisperings of the other vampires, usually the other kindred, talking in kind of lackadaisical, offhanded kind of like fucking dogs. Always obsessed with their rocks. Why do they have to pick one place? And it's always in the best place you could possibly want it. They fight so hard for their territory. You're fairly sure offhand you heard the word cairn.
I was just going to ask if I knew the C word.
Yeah, you know the C word. But it's kind of offhand. Nothing beyond, like, it sounds like maybe that's a thing. For Delia, you get the vibe that you've definitely read something about shamanistic practices around standing stones in multiple cultures. You're not they're called many things. Sometimes they are called cairns, henges. Sometimes they're calendars used for star alignment. Sometimes they're used for simply gathering places. It's a sacred place, essentially. And the fact that there is one of these dead set in the north of Central Park. I mean, you can look into who got the installation installed, but that's about it. Beyond that.
So that sounds like a like a relic, like a cairn.
Ooh, yes, absolutely. Ooh, I hope no one fucked with that. That would
Yeah, well,
that could cause some real gnarly ripples.
yeah,
Why?
they're real hot about it.
Werewolves are kind of like druids.
Yes. Oh, I see the correlations. Actually, there's a lot of cultures across the ages that have all had some kind of
They worship nature stuff out in nature, and they build these rock formation things as a place to worship, I guess.
Oh. Okay, well that's really nice actually.
Yeah, but it's also a real quick way to piss them off is to fuck with their rocks.
Oh, well,
All right.
I mean if it's that important to them, it'd be like, you know, somebody coming in your lawn and just, you know, pooping in one of your bushes, I guess. It'd be pretty mean.
Yeah, I mean, New York's always under construction. Is there any renovations or anything going on in the area? Could something just be disrupting that section of the territory?
Well, I think going with Charlie's plan is probably a good one.
The so-so,
Go.
not the no-no?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We go to the middle area, look obviously like tourists, and wait and see what shows up.
Well,
Sloan, have you met the werewolves before?
No.
No?
Sloane's fairly sure she's had eye contact. And one of those, like, kind of moments before you go opposite directions.
Yeah, we don't sit down and have tea.
Well,
It's
maybe
not
you
like-
shouldn't, and this wouldn't be so awkward.
You have tea, bring a tennis ball, like, you know, peace
Is that
offering.
insensitive?
You guys have
Oh my
none
God,
of you have
Charlie!
ever dealt with werewolves, have you?
I wouldn't really know.
I mean, ghosts?
Are they in Pennsylvania?
They're everywhere.
I feel like they would love Pennsylvania.
Oh, they...
Depends on who it is and where they live, and I mean,
So are you saying we shouldn't go try to meet him? Because I figure talking this out is the preferred method.
if you want to talk to anybody in their territory, on the border of their territory, you got to look real non-threatening. You don't want to look like you're trying to encroach on anything.
Okay,
Because
I
if
can do
if
that.
one of them walked into where I am, I'd be pissed.
What? Just because you're coexisting? This is terrible. You guys really should work something out. Like, talk to each other and... I
What
like
if-
the talking part.
What if some high-powered guy just walked into your library?
Well, actually, funny that you should mention that. Didn't knock, bloodbound my friend, left me a monkey, and then left.
Who the fuck?
Let me just...
Taking more pictures.
I thought we mentioned...
Everyone's favorite prince.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Great.
We're working on coexisting with
So-
a dialogue. And
It's kind
got
of
an
hoping he
idea
wasn't
then.
into blood biting, but what are you gonna do?
Because I gotta be honest, this standing around talking about what we're gonna do thing, boy, it doesn't work for me very long. So, why don't we just head on over there, sit down in a circle, cross-legged, arms at our sides, and just wait. Looking
it help if we
real
just-
peaceful.
Did this, like, not touching anything?
I mean, I
Does that
figure
help?
like, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Ooh, no, but
Do-
if we
do I
have
feel-
oh, maybe if we're doing this.
hands
but if-
up, don't bite, something like that. Yeah.
Do I feel like I could get in contact with somebody without causing trouble?
You don't have anybody's phone number? By the way, holy shit, Raiders. Welcome.
We will do our best to keep it frisky. We, in fact, are dealing with werewolves. They are the definition of frisky.
All right.
I mean, if any of us were gonna try to like talk to one,
you know that you haven't actually had any conversation sit down with them. It's always been a it's always been an understanding
yeah.
of by the way, if you guys hang out for a little bit, we may go an extra hour because we might have hit a number.
Oh my god.
We might have hit a number there. We'll have to see. We need a screenshot and tossed into our Discord for us to know.
Sustain that for a little bit with the screen grab.
Just everybody hang out for a little bit, and we'll play for an extra hour. All right.
We have a watch party at 400 followers.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, you have a kind of a agreement of unsaid understanding. It's always been I see you, I acknowledge what you are. You see me, you acknowledge what I am. We are both very scruffy people walking around in the park at night. This is not your common, like, being in the park at night is not a normal thing. Like, you think of Central Park completely packed with people in the before time, in the long ago.
It's a very different place at night.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of every Law and Order episode, people are running freely throughout the park at all hours of the day.
Yeah, no, that's not how it goes.
Yeah, nighttime park is
Nighttime bike
also
ride.
only if you want to get murdered.
Are you saying that Dick Wolf lied to me?
Yes. But let's get to the Dick Wolf you have to deal with now.
I mean, I can try to catch an eye of somebody, but it's an unspoken thing. You don't fuck with my shit, I don't fuck with yours.
And by fuck with you mean just exist in your area. There's no like.
Well, that's how they feel. If I walk into their territory, they're gonna consider it threatening.
Okay.
So
because
I have to be the same way.
why do you have to be the
So
same
you're
way?
saying we should not go into their territory. How about this? We go to the border.
Yes. Let's sit on the border.
I'm
Alright.
fine with that. Like I said, there are parts that butt up against it or that are like, areas.
Okay, I want to point out that you just said but. Now let's continue.
All right,
Which way
so
was your-
But
you're
just from
essentially
the
going
side.
to the Great Lawn. If there's ever been a time
This is my walking animation.
where Sloane has made eye contact at a distance with a prospective wolf, you could smell him. That was it. When you activate your Eyes of the Beast, they tend to have a heady musk.
Oh, this book smells
yeah.
good.
You do catch them near the Great Lawn. So there's a small lake. It's like the paddle boat area.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Great Lawn, which is the classic giant open field surrounded by trees with the skyline behind. That image. That's the Great Lawn. Nearby, it's literally just to the west of the Met. Like, if you're looking north on the Great Lawn and you look to your right, you can see the Met just above the trees. So you don't have to travel far to get to the fuzziest of neutral zones. It's like if you were standing in no man's land on the edge of the enemy trench. You're not in their trench. You're still in no man's land. But, ooh, you can see down in there who's having lunch. kind of close.
All right. Once we get to the border,
Mhm.
I sit down cross-legged and put my hands up like this.
I'm gonna make myself kind of conspicuous and lean against a tree, because I imagine I stand out.
Well, as you're walking through the
I realize that stream can't see it. I'm putting my hands.
Oh yeah, bring it in tight.
scenic.
Can you see this?
So this is the best kept, most scenic park kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
The walkway is wide. There's many park benches with really, really infuriating architecture to the benches.
Hostile architecture.
Yep.
Yeah. Some bullshit.
It's it's aggravating.
While I'm sitting, I'm actually looking at the benches, thinking about how to rip out all the little like anti people sleeping here.
The armrests.
If you try,
Yeah.
If you try, I look at him. I go, if you try hard enough, you can at least bend it. You'll notice that a lot in where we came from.
Good. I say as I'm sitting here with my hands up like this.
Make. I need
Hmm?
some wits awareness tests.
I'd like to ask a question.
Oh, what's that?
So Sense the Unseen is a passive duration.
Mhm.
And it says it could be used for a wide range of things. So Delia, with that, would like to be leaning more on that sense rather than what others might be doing, to see if maybe something stands out more than the normal a dead person ghost, because it's New York and there's a lot of people here. But
okay, Sense the Unseen. Okay, so this is getting some deep lore here. Ghosts just don't hang out.
it's not just ghosts, though.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay.
Mentioning ghosts though,
I
you actually have to pull them from
played werewolf.
the Deadlands into the Skinlands. No. I'm getting into some Wraith shit right now. You actually have to pull them from the Deadlands into the Skinlands, and then they're kind of in that like twilight state. Ghosts tend to not hang out in the Skinlands very long. It's very difficult. They can affect the Skinlands sort of by reaching across sometimes, but it takes a lot of effort, a lot of boo juice, so to speak, to make it happen. I forget what the fucking resource is.
Can we never call it that again, though?
We all agree right now, here and now.
Boo-goo?
So ectoplasm. I'm fine with ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
I got 3 successes on my wits awareness.
I got 2.
Egon, your mucus. All right. So 3, 2,
3.
3.
Hey man, back off. I'm a scientist.
I love you guys.
Nothing. Charlie likes
I like
the trees.
flowers.
It's like the best
This
field
is a
trip
new
we
area
ever.
for Charlie.
Oh, there's an owl. There's never owls.
Woo, woo.
Charlie just trying to take pictures of the trees.
Zooming in on an owl. It flies away. Sad.
All right. Sloane's kind of distracted, keeping an eye out for specific things.
Mm-hmm.
It's dealing on Luke that catch a specific coppery tang in the air. Like you just licked a battery. Like you smell pennies.
Something bloody this way comes.
Mm.
Not coming closer to you.
It's in the air.
It's in the air, though.
How
You're fairly sure you can follow it.
I know we were going with the so-so plan where we sit here, but I get antsy. Luke, do you wanna see where
Yeah,
that
I'd like
smell's
to
coming
know
from?
why it smells like blood.
We can move. Just Luke, keep an eye out with me, all right?
Sure. Wasn't really planning on. You know what? I don't even have time for a snarky answer. Let's just go.
Oh, you aren't feeling yourself.
I'm sure if there's something here, at least Delia will be able to get her hands on it.
So I'll get up and start trying to follow the smell.
All right. It's coming.
If everyone starts getting antsy and talks about smelling blood and everything, Charlie's actually going to activate Sense the Beast, so that if anything aggressive comes near us, she'll sense it.
Do you guys have page numbers written down for your disciplines?
I copied and pasted mine into a sheet.
For helping me, it'd be cool if you copied down the page number of where you put your stuff, just for in the future. I'm not saying like you should have done this. I didn't ask anybody to do this.
I did the copy paste as well.
I just realized it'd be
I'm
easier
making
for
a
me to reference if I had page numbers. But Sense the Beast. All right. And mortals, vampires, and
It's a good sound. You just made
all right,
storytelling make a good sound.
It's an excited like
roll resolve plus animalism.
Okay.
I have to roll something myself.
Can I? Oh, can I use a willpower or rouse or anything?
If you
myself
willpower,
extra?
you can re-roll up to 3 dice.
Woo! I'm gonna do that because all 3 sucked. So we're gonna, guys, surprise! My dice are camera shy. I swear to God, like they roll fine when I'm not on camera.
Performance anxiety.
They're growers, not showers.
Oh no!
Yes.
Someone has said that in my presence before. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I got
Mine too.
one.
You don't catch any real malicious intent in the air right now. But you're definitely keyed in to the world
I'll keep
around
that.
you.
I'll keep that up as long as I can, essentially. Like wood. Go to Dogmite. Code DLG. I don't like
So,
this.
as you make your way to you start walking towards the smell lingering in the air of what you think is a fresh kill. As you get closer and closer, the blood is... You can almost smell the warmth on the air. Off the paved path, because this is, like I said, this is leading up to the Great Lawn. There's paved walkways in this area where the benches are. Off in the bushes, you're fairly sure you catch the proper scent. And there's the edge of the walkway. There's like a waist-high wrought iron fence. And then maybe 30 feet of grass. A single oak tree in between you and the bushes in that grass. And then there's a just brush that comes up to about the chest. And it's coming from in that brush.
All right. Well, call me the sacrificial lamb. I'll just start like crunching my way through.
You just...
Do you want a stick?
I am a stick.
He's got to he's got to walk over it. So you see him hopping over the fence and starting to walk over there. he didn't teleport into the bushes to allow everybody to be able to respond to what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still following behind. She's just gonna start, like, awkwardly trying to go over the fence. She wore pants this day. For this reason.
What's Sloane and Charlie up to?
I'm just keeping an eye out.
Okay, I'll take
don't wanna leave-
a
I don't
wits
wanna leave
awareness
Sloane
from
alone.
Sloane then.
No,
What-
I'm following.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm if Luke is moving forward, I'm kind of keeping everybody together. But I'm gonna stay a little outside everybody else and keep an eye out.
okay. Sheepdogging, as it were. What's Charlie up to?
well, if everyone else is going, I don't want to be out in Central Park in the dark alone with werewolves. So she's just gonna, she'll follow, but she'll kind of still keep the feelers out, like if there's anything that seems like it might be dangerous nearby.
Do you own a red hoodie?
I have a red jumpsuit, and I have a red shirt, and I have a red... Why?
No reason.
Listen, just because I got my sundress and my jumper all messed up with blood does not mean I'm gonna get this messed up.
Well, if
That's-
we should definitely leave the body where it is first to see the surrounding data before we, like, move it or anything. So you should be safe from that current garment being stained.
Is there a body?
You don't smell?
Now that it's been pointed out to you, you definitely catch that hint of dense copper and... Oh, the thing is, to vampires, it smells nice.
Ambrosia.
It's your bread
okay,
and butter, so to
Hmm.
speak.
And she sneezes. Just like...
Vampires have
That's
hay
like a
fever?
little squeak. It's like, oh, sorry. Okay. I don't want to... I've seen a lot of dead people lately, and it's just kind of
Just lately.
not...
Just lately?
I mean, yeah, more so lately than a little further back lately, but... Do we have to go?
Yeah. Well, we want to figure out what's happening so that we could stop more of this, right? So, if we look at the body, we might be able to figure out some information, and we may be able to alleviate some lupine concerns, and maybe we could stop the body leaving. Maybe they think we're hungry, like cats, and they're leaving it. And we just need to tell them we're well fed.
You
They
don't
think
have to
we're-
look at the body if you don't want to. Just keep an ear out for howling.
Yeah, I can keep lookout. I can play Overwatch. That's okay.
There's that too.
I'm gonna do that. Find my
Luke-
happy place. Find my happy place.
At this point, Luke and
You're in a
Delia,
park.
as you've been like cautiously walking across this small expanse of grass, Luke almost assuredly kicking over the "keep off the grass" sign, cause fuck the man.
Yeah.
Probably just
I walk
go
where I
like that.
want. Anarchy Park.
Anarchy Park.
Central
And Parky.
and Parky. Central and Parky. All right.
I hate
God.
you all.
Luke is able to get up to the bushes itself. Make a wits awareness test here. Anybody getting close enough to the bushes to investigate can roll this.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Oh, nope.
Just one.
2 for me.
2. You can see some darker leaves towards the bottom. And you notice that the grass has a little bit of a direction, kind of like a pet who's had its hair brushed the wrong direction and just left there like a monster.
Only sociopaths see that.
Delia, keep your eyes. Watch where you step.
Oh,
Charlie, Sloan, careful.
Luke,
Not afraid of a little bit of
investigating a
blood.
little bit closer.
It's okay.
Say again?
Is Luke investigating any closer, or just using his eyes?
Oh, yeah.
At this point? Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
My intent is to
Oh.
get to the... Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My intent is to like, investigate the body. So I'm just going to keep going
Yeah.
until either I am stopped by a werewolf or I come to the body.
It's at this point that Luke is able to push some of the brush away, trying to avoid the darker leaves, but you end up getting that sticky, starting to coagulate blood on your hands as you move it away, and you can see what looks like that's a hipster. No, it was a hipster. A hipster right now is very not in good shape. It's brutal.
Is there... well, I'll wait.
Their flannel has been ripped to shreds. Their skinny jeans torn asunder. The remnants of spaghetti strap suspenders lying on the ground. And their face is a mangle. Any further information, you're going to have to start getting closer.
Sure. Charlie, let me borrow your cell phone.
Why?
Your camera's better than mine.
Oh.
Don't look at
Okay.
these, but we'll need them.
Okay. It's just just curious, Connery, if I wanted to try to not fall to my own curiosity to look, what would I just roll
if you
on the
wanna-
side for that?
If you want to decide what Charlie would do and put it on a die roll, make a willpower test.
Total or current?
Current.
Oh shit. The way my dice are going. Oh! Why are you gonna do this now? 1.
1.
Yeah.
You have enough in you to not look. Oh, but there's a real big party that Charlie may look at those pictures later just out of pure curiosity.
Just looking
so-
up, pass his phone off.
Luke, even though Luke still uses a Nokia brick as their main form of cellular communication, they can't track the phones that you get from 7-Eleven, you know.
Yeah, if you're gonna go Nazi punching too, it's better to have something that won't break in your pocket when you're in the middle of the scrum.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those things. You could use them as a weapon if you wanted to.
I have.
I dropped one off a cliff once. It still worked.
So, with Charlie's phone, turning the flash on, or are you going to keep the flash off but turn the flashlight on low? What are you doing?
Well, unfortunately, enhanced senses only work in real life, so we're gonna need to get some light in here.
Well, before we start taking pictures, we could always get a look now in case it gets unwanted attention in the middle of the night with the brightness.
That's a good call. Also, do you know how to use one of these? Because
What?
I
Oh,
Here.
Oh, okay. So she is holding the phone. He's like, "This is where you lower the flashlight so we can put it nice and low, and then just right."
It's literally an
I mean-
icon with a camera on it.
Yeah.
I'm not completely, tech illiterate, but
No judgment. You have a phone.
Yeah.
For God's sake, this has been an elevation of my company.
Luke is now feeling better about the phone. He'd feel much better if it had a needle attached to it.
Pizza for Luke, Zed, you person.
Ow.
I have been delivered pizza.
Oh, a real New York event. Wait,
But was it $1 a
wait
slice?
Wait a second. I know where you live. Is it fake?
Yes, it's not New York now, is it?
I mean, I didn't have it airshipped.
Is it a swimming pool?
It's an airdrop.
It's not Tony Stark. He didn't just, have pizza brought in from his favorite New York pizzeria.
Oh,
Is it a casserole masquerading as a pizza?
I see what
Is
you
it
did there.
lasagna?
I am
pie.
not from Chicago. Thank you very much.
It's
Now, remember, I can't
Hey.
have cheese.
All right.
So.
Oh, I take that bullet every time.
Sad. That's a depression
Oh,
lie.
I very much do not take that bullet because
That's the
Reasons.
sadness
Anyway.
puzzle right there. All right.
Aw.
So-
The phone.
I will allow the investigators here to make wits medicine or wits investigation tests.
Would my
cool. I'm going for medicine, but I'm also activating Eyes of the Beast.
Okay. I'll let you
So I
add
think-
your Auspex rating. No, your Protean rating to that.
Cool.
would
Hey, Conry.
Oh, wait, one at a time here. So,
Yeah, sorry.
Cassandra first. She tried twice now.
Cool.
And then I will get to you.
Oh, sorry.
just a
No, it's okay.
It's super quick. Would biology be helpful in looking over this
No.
biological? Okay, interesting.
And Charlie, what's up with Charlie?
For the ridiculousness that the vision is in my head, can I describe what Charlie's phone looks like?
Oh
Please
dear.
do.
So
Well,
what is
yeah, like
Delia
this-
currently pointing at a murder scene?
Does anyone mind if I
has-
use a bonus die?
no, go for it.
Go for it.
She has like a light blue hard case that has like a happy sun and clouds on it. And then there's like a little charm hanging off of it that's just like this little like 3D like tree character that's just like a little happy tree just like hanging
Are you a
off of
fucking
it.
Montessori teacher? What the fuck?
It has happy little trees. It's a Bob Ross phone.
I got
Ooh.
5
Ooh, nice.
on my medicine
only
test.
3 for me. Oh my god.
Luke is holding this phone.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Should have asked for mine. Mine just got like a big black OtterBox Defender
with
case
Practical.
on it.
with the critical, we will find out what you find when we come back from break.
Oh,
'Cause I have to use the restroom right now, so if you
Wow.
guys would explain what we do on break.
Yeah, I
have-
brought snacks in case we go late.
I have cookies, and we're gonna find out what this what's up with this body.
Ooh, let's pill for the body. This is all Delia wants in life.
For the body.
yeah. Do I need to make a stealth roll to loot the body, or
Well, let's find out what it looks like first,
Mm.
or what's interesting about it. What's interesting about it is that its belly is distended.
It's been there a while.
But no, it hasn't. You're used to seeing a distended belly as gases build up from decomposition. This hipster looks like it ate quite the meal before it died. They died.
I'm gonna need everyone to take a few steps back, please.
Okay, but I really want to look at the.
I understand, but I don't know what this is, and if it explodes, it would be bad. Better I take the hit than you.
I'll take enough steps for everybody. Do 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 do.
And
Hiding
I'm,
behind a tree.
I guess I'll spend for
You're allowed to have a
weaponry,
knife
feral
on you if you
weaponry.
want.
I have a scalpel, and
No, this works just fine.
Yeah, the Zemitzi would not bother to.
I mean, you are
Better
contaminating
dexterity
the-
on this. And I will extend one long needle scalpel-like finger and make an incision.
Oh, I'm going to replicate that one day.
As he's poking in, the skin is under such pressure from the inside that it's less him slicing and more the sound of tearing burlap as the skin peels and pulls away and tears at the pressure of what's inside. Because the stomach must have ruptured. And once enough of the cut has been made, there is a burst of what you could only assume is Autumn Fall Festival.
Ew.
Brightly colored orange, umber, and red petals just burst and flutter around you. Slick with blood. So it's less of a and then it's more of a and it's just all over Luke's hands, on his face.
I've been flowered.
That's not, usually what's inside of... What the fuck is that?
By the way, could I have made a roll to have, like, directed that away from my face, or no?
I'll let you try at a steep negative because you were investigating with your finger.
Yeah, but, like, you know.
Yeah, Luke, the badass Zemitzi. Gonna poke it.
I diddle it from a while away.
No.
All right.
I have wet
You know what?
naps.
That's fine.
Here, wait,
I'll
Delia...
take the. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take the facial.
So, Dogmite, get yourself some
autumn
wood.
facial.
You want... Yeah. Wait, that's not
Yeah.
what we're
I
Some
thought you were
easy
gonna say,
money
dog
shot.
might get yourself a facial. I'm like, it's not that kind of wood.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a dog might April Fool's ad.
All right. So there is a definitive spray of petals. Like I said, they're where the parts that are not slick with internal juices from this fallen hipster are orange and burnt umber and red.
Delia slowly creeps up behind Luke with, like, a wet alcohol wipey. And in her other hand, she's already, like, crouching low with, like, a pair of tweezers. But she's just like, here you go. What the fuck?
Yeah.
See, even Charlie and Sloane were able to see the burst of color. And heard the tearing and the as soon as the pressure
God,
was
it's like somebody pokes weak old roadkill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a happy pinata.
I mean, it
So-
actually isn't that bad.
Did someone kill this person and then shove them full of petals? Or did they swallow all the petals before they died?
Well,
Or what?
we could
I
check
did get a
her-
5 medicine, by the way.
Yeah, if we check
earlier.
her esophagus, we could see if there was any damage from something being forced.
Yeah.
Jilly's just collecting petals into a vial right now, but she's talking like, "Can you check the throat?" Like,
Well,
Yeah.
with those 5, you're able to find that going at it from the bottom, looking up, you're able to see that the stomach was definitely ruptured. There's bruising on the esophageal path before it touches the sternum and the collarbone. You can see the cartilage rings of the trachea have been malformed. And the jaw looks like it had been dislocated, aside from the claw marks on its face.
Okay, well now I'm starting to have a different possible theory.
How'd the inside look? She's holding up a little vial, looking at it.
Well, the inside looks not great. Conry, when you say malformed, would vicissitude answer this question?
No, excessive amounts of force would.
Okay.
Like, almost like you tried to suck up a kid's toy through a vacuum, one of those accordion vacuum hoses, and it just kind of malformed its way down the hose. So you can see there's parts where it's completely smoothed out because the rings were pressed open.
Are the teeth intact?
No.
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 Okay. So this person was force-fed this shit. And at least some amount of it was before they were dead.
So the mauling is after they've had this encounter of the floral kind.
I'm not sure. They could have been mauled in order to get them to hold still long enough to shove this shit down their throat.
If we could figure that out, that at least explains a narrative to us, right? Because if the attack happens after whatever fucking happened here, that tells us maybe they're cleaning up a mess. Whereas if the attack happened during the initial bruising and stuffing of the body, then that says something different to me, right?
Yeah. Well, so there is blood and stuff around. Connor, does it look like the amount of blood that's around on the ground is the right amount of blood for what I'm seeing here? Or should there be more?
Pretty much.
Okay. So we should also here, while I'm looking inside the guy, can you check his pockets?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She just, with her gloved hand.
Because it looks like this person was killed here. So why were they here?
Oh,
there's nothing around.
She, as Delia's like leaning in closer to the body to look for a wallet, she looks at a piece of the blood and petal on like Luke's leg and just goes like a little and just licks a little bit off your jean. What do they taste like? Not Luke, the blood. Bloodhound.
Bloodhound? They were feeling massive amounts of cholera towards the end. Cholera can also be fear. Choleric, I should say, not cholera, the disease. Just pointing that out there.
They should have seen a doctor. Anything else unusual about it?
Nothing really.
Well, at least that tells me they weren't. If someone had dominated them into walking into the field or messed with their minds, there are other ways, of course, they might not have been scared. They would have been calm. They had the right response here, and they seemed pretty tickled and upset about the situation. Very, very scared.
Do they have a phone?
Oh, probably. Everyone does.
All right, what's investigation to search them?
Charlie's still behind the tree and kind of is overhearing everybody talk and just kind of goes around and goes, "Hey, Sloane."
Yeah.
can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see the body, but can you get me whatever petals or flowers or whatever they're talking about that were
One
shoved in
success.
the sky like a turducken?
Like a turducken.
Delia,
Yes. Yes.
grab a couple of those petals.
I already have one in a vial here. This is prepped, and she like passes it over after wiping it with the alcohol wipe,
Okay.
and then starts stuffing another vial.
Okay. Reach out and grab her from Sloan, just like, thank you.
And
just
I
start
only
kinda
look
looking at
away
it.
from everything else long enough to make contact, and then I'm back.
All right.
Keeping
so
an eye out.
first, I will get to Sloan in a second. First, I will have Charlie roll intelligence, science, botany, because I know you have botany.
Yee, botany. I'm gonna grab all my green dice. Like, that's gonna fucking help. Sad ass dice. Alright, that's 5. Okay.
You need to exert your will on probability. We'll discuss how you could possibly do that another time.
I got 1.
1?
Yes.
A
1.
success is a success. It's Monarda didymia, also known as Crimson Bee Balm.
Crimson Bee Bomb?
I will actually post a picture of what it is that is in Charlie's head into the public Discord, on our Discord, so you can see the type of flower that is in Charlie's mind.
Your mind flower sounds questionable as a phrase.
Can you also copy and paste the words that make up the name of this flower so that Dara can look it up?
I Crimson Bee Balm
Thank
will
you.
will get you images.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I spell everything right so I'm not sitting here typing away going, what the fuck do I spell?
Oop.
Friday brain.
Sent it to you.
Right.
S-
Thank you.
While I was looking over the body still, I'm trying to get just an overall sense of the order of events.
Okay, I will get to that, but Sloan
Yeah, that's
had
fine.
needed to do a wits awareness test. And you had did you activate Eyes of the Beast?
Me? Yeah.
What about
Oh, Sloan.
Sloan?
I don't have. Wait.
It's Protean 1.
No, I do not have that.
You took Weight of Feather?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Okay. So standard wits awareness test.
All right. It's not awful. Okay. Only 1. Okay.
Hey, it's 1.
It's a decent pool for me, so
Hmm.
it's shitty, but
Fair.
I'll take 1.
Everything looks pretty clear for now.
Okay.
So Luke knows this is a secondary location. This is not the kill site. It looks like, at your best guess, the stuffing was done post-mortem. There's not much extra bleeding happening from the sites of the of the ruptures. And you're not 100% sure. Huh. He had a tattoo. On the collar. It's all mangled, though. Make a intelligence crafts test. Body art. I know, a hipster with a tattoo. Who would have thought?
Oh.
3.
3?
Yeah.
It looks like it was a peace sign. Maybe. Something like a peace sign.
Our chain shit cat came along.
Yup. It looks like it was. Maybe it was a peace sign. It is really mangled. It doesn't look like it was clean line work, though. It looks like a peace sign was made up of other stuff. Maybe. I don't know, skulls? Weird, raggedy skulls making up a sort of a peace sign logo. Maybe.
You're
not sure. It's all ripped up, though.
Hey, Delia, can you get a good photo of this?
Oh, certainly.
And I point out the thing. So, it looks like this guy was not taken down here. He was killed somewhere else, stuffed, and then dragged and dropped here. So I would bet that this is meant to be some kind of a warning sign to whoever controls this area. So the werewolves, I guess.
It could still be a component in some way too. So I'm looking for a secondary effect of the location. Only because if you were just looking to give a warning for territory, I suppose you could do it easier than this. But I've seen at least Tremere do weirder things for works. And we mentioned that druid element.
I need another wits awareness from Sloan. Another wits awareness from Sloan. And Charlie thinks that fairly sure that the Crimson Bee Balm, I mean, it's found all over Eastern Europe.
Like where those wolves would be?
Still just one.
I have to
Just one?
find a different site.
Yeah.
There's a moment. Sloan swears. You hear... It sounds like a... If a river could laugh.
Do I hear where it's coming from?
Yes.
Burbly, 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 burbly. Burbly, burbly,
Does anyone
burbly,
have to
burbly.
pee? I don't know why, but I had this sudden desire to pee once more.
It sounds like it comes from about 4 different trees at once.
Oh. Do I sense anything like aggression at all, or no?
Make that resolve. No. For you, it's composure animalism, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Oh, it's I roll resolve animalism.
Resolve
versus
animalism
composure subterfuge.
versus composure
Yeah.
subterfuge.
Yeah. Composure. I will sacrifice you all to the blood god.
You should roll a couple of bonus dice. Like
Would you
3
like
of
me to?
them.
Like 3 of them.
Yeah.
In this case, I'm with you, honestly.
I will let you add to the pool now, but remember, from now on, only before you roll the dice do you get to add the bonus dice.
Okay.
Chad, I'm sorry, I
Okay.
can't give her my dice tonight.
I'll take I'll take the 3 then. Sometimes they work, sometimes. Like right now.
'Cause
2.
Ooh,
Hey!
it's infused with chat energy.
Yes.
There is a feeling of nascent aggression, kind of like how you can measure potential energy in a rubber band. But that doesn't mean that the rubber band's gonna snap or be released at any time. If I took a fork and wrapped a rubber band around it, there would be a lot of potential energy held up in that rubber band. But I would have to do something to the rubber band to make it pop.
Charlie has that, like, she's checking the flowers and just has that moment of like, and then just comes around a tree and goes, "Somebody's here."
Where?
Sloan, do you see anything?
Charlie, did you say someone's here?
I can feel like this anticipation, and I don't like it.
From behind... So, Charlie came out from behind the tree?
Yeah.
From the same tree that Charlie came out from behind, a head just pokes out and goes, "You like Rocky Horror too?"
God! Just flails away, but like stares in the direction.
Do I need to go into initiative to pounce on someone?
You want to jump him?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that was, and we're...
It's they're kind of in the shadow of the tree, so it's just a shadow person. You can't
Okay,
tell who it is at all. So
I'm going to run at them and attempt to shoulder tackle them. I'm not trying to, like, skewer them or anything.
Can
But
I?
they
if
jumped out of the darkness at my Charlie.
If I see Luke move, can I attempt to stop him?
Ooh,
Because
I'm
he
fine
was
with that.
definitely the one that was like, all right, non-aggressive
I'm not here to
energy.
by God, he nearly cut him in half. Yeah.
And literally,
all right.
all I want to do is deflect him a little bit. Just I want to knock him off course.
All right, then we'll do. To see if Luke is knocked off course, we're going to do straight up strength brawl, strawl v strawl, strength plus brawl and strength
Why
plus
does
brawl.
this sound like a line dance?
Straw.
Straw your partner
Strength
around
brawl
and
for
around.
strength brawl. Okay.
Whirl, whirl, twist and twirl, move about like a flying squirrel.
I should have tried to grapple him.
Yeah, you're trying to. Yeah, I'll grapple.
Okay, I'll take one
Oh
more.
shit.
Meanwhile, Charlie's just on the side like the dramatic groundhog, just like,
That's cocked, but that's not gonna do it. No, Fuck you! That was a Killian roll. 0 on 9 dice.
oh, it's the house! We have to sacrifice the house! It's affecting our
Wow.
dice.
Oh my god.
So, Sloane sees Luke charge. Luke hits Sloane like Keith Lee hitting somebody on a pass by tackle. I don't know if you've ever seen a football player try to throw a tackle and run into the wrong person. How it's just like there's no slowing. It's just
Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl.
It's just Blood Bowl.
Like a
They're actually There is footage that exists of me accidentally knocking over a student to get to a fight to break it up.
Oh,
I did not see the kid was there and just
oh
erased him accidentally.
Oh,
Hey, racist.
Me and the kid are fine, by the way.
no. There are
but,
two
like,
stories in one night about you being a terrible teacher.
I would like to point out that these are stories about me saving the lives of my students. It's just,
From each
It's just-
other.
With
it's
violence.
about being a
Violence.
good teacher and being terribly unaware is what
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
I put proof of that terrible role.
So
There's proof of it.
Sloane goes in and ends up
Jesus.
helicoptering away, like goes horizontal and spins the opposite direction and lands on her side on the grass. Cause Luke is someone scared Charlie. Ah!
Protect the wee babby.
Now we want to roll strength brawl again. But you're doing so at a -6
Oh,
A lot of
defense.
dice just went away. Oh, fuck yeah. 4.
4.
I got 2 10s and rolled 2 9s.
oh shit.
Let
Okay.
us.
Hold on, let me just turn this thing all the way around. All
Yes.
right.
Oh, yes.
Feng
I'm
shui
gonna
that
just
shit.
Make a left turn. Go NASCAR this shit. Hold on.
I'm gonna roll a reaction. I'm gonna spend a point in Gnosis.
Of what?
That's enough to activate it. Okay. Luke slams into this shadowy figure and takes a... Well, takes him down like a sack of shit. Slamming into the ground. It's once Luke has hit the ground that he realizes he has hit a literal bag of manure.
Substitution jutsu.
He is hugging.
Luke, what happened to no aggression?
Someone scared Charlie.
Charlie
And I-
can handle herself.
I'm just like up like a shot, and I'm like,
Ooh,
fucking come out.
excitable punch, aren't we?
Ugh.
Wow, you can move for a big guy. Out of and from another tree, just now because it's the planted regular trees along the path. So the next tree down, from behind that, a wiry looking motherfucker, like bean pole of a man, walks out from behind. Well, man, boy, yeah, can't be more than 19, fresh faced, hair in a weird like upward riot. Think like not
Spice Girls?
no, I'm thinking like I was about to say Spike from fucking Buffy.
Gel. Lots
But
of
like
gel.
done up. But it's a soft kind of a, it's not hard shiny gel, it's kind of a soft product, kind of a moussey
Vash.
kind of a what?
Vash.
Yeah, I'll take Vash.
The Stampede.
Yeah. Just
You want sitting around like I do my hair every day.
shock of blonde hair. Walking out with the smile of a particularly mischievous fox on his face. You, wow. Do you play football?
No.
He walks further out. You see that he's wearing a pair of jeans, a ripped up sort of, not ripped up to the point of like angry punk, but like obviously well worn Warren Zevon shirt. It's just a guy's face and it just says Warren Zevon along the bottom. Glasses, just kind of smiling.
He would wear a shirt that indicates, but not directly promotes, the werewolves of London.
He walks. He's got far too many bracelets on. There's like hemp. There's gel bracelets. You're fairly sure there's like a Zale's charm bracelet on there too. Just fuck tons of bracelets and shit across his arms, almost up to his goddamn elbow. They might as well be bracers. They jangle as he claps. Just, you are a specimen. Wow.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Look, I apologize for that. We were actually looking for you.
Yeah. Do you know anything about this? And I just kind of jerk my head behind us.
Delia with a vial of flowers kneeling next to the body.
Well, we are straight to business kind of folks, aren't we? Not even a hi, how you do? What's your name?
My name's Delia.
Hi. How you doing? What's your name?
Wow. Okay. All right. I see. Okay. I understand. I got it. All right. Hi. Yeah, You can call me, Hudson. We'll go with that.
Charlie just walks up and offers her hand. Just big smile. It's like, my name's Charlie. I'm really sorry you just surprised me before.
He actually, shakes your hand warmly. Kind of, gently gripping your forearm too. With the other hand, with the outside hand. As you shake, and he leans into it too. He smells like leather and like a well-kept dog kennel. Like it's you can get the whiff that you would smell of like somebody here owns a pupper. But like they don't let him get dirty. They bathe the pupper, but there's definitely a smell of dog in there.
Yeah.
This is Charlie. It's very nice to meet you. What brings the four of you to our neck of the woods here? Huh?
Concern.
Curiosity. Look, I kept it with the C.
Corpses.
Care.
Are we just naming C words?
I don't know. It seemed like we had a motif, and I get very awkward in social interactions. It's very weird. I'm sorry.
Charlie.
Charlie started it.
There's some weird alliteration going on. Yeah. You're getting. I gotta ask. You're getting kind of close to different part of town, so to speak, and I see you found a signpost, one could say, and as he turns and looks over, you can see there's kind of like a Luke's never seen this kind. Make an intelligence crafts body art test.
I really appreciate that this keeps coming up.
Oh.
Hey, I worked botany and tattoo arts into tonight's game on multiple occasions. I feel like I've done my job
Very
as an
happy.
ST.
I'm waiting on them
Okay.
psychoenergetics.
That's a 5.
Huh? Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
You've heard of it before, but you've never seen it in person. It's where somebody, it's because it's usually considered excessively toxic, and it's against every regulation out there. But there are people that have been mixing literal metallics into their inks to try and get reflective surfaces on their skin, and to varying degrees of success and infection and allergic reaction. This guy, it seems to work. It's a opaque disc on his neck with some weird looking slashes through it. It's kind of, it's like it comes off of it from one side and it just kind of goes down and loops around back in on itself. It's weird looking.
Do you have any idea what that symbol would be?
You'd have to make anybody who, if you pointed it out to anybody, actually anybody can make a intelligence occult test to figure that out.
Okay, see what happens. Nope.
1.
I forgot to. All right, I'll adjust it. I'll set it as a threshold. I meant to give a difficulty. I'll set it as a threshold instead.
5.
Oh, okay.
5?
I got 1.
3.
Charlie recognizes it as some kind of it's weird ass tribal marking shit. You've seen people get it as like barbed wire looking ass tattoos across their arms before. Luke is even looking at it like, you go through the process of getting all this cool technique done and it works on you, and you're gonna get the lamest tribal piece ever? The hell? Sorry, the name of the raid just now. Perfect timing.
Oh my god.
Right as we're talking about tattoos on a I won't say. Delia recognizes it. It's a okay, so you saw this in the sanctum. While you were looking over the books, there was one book on lycanthropes that you didn't really like fully, like, it wasn't
I'll
a thing.
peruse through anything.
Yeah, it was one of those like kind of moments of just like, ooh, this is a book. Let's see. There's some. All right. This isn't pertinent to what I'm doing right now, but later. But you recognize it as one of the images from that book. It looks like it might be some kind of tribal marking. It was indicative. Off the top of your head, you think it was indicative of an area near the British Isles. I posted the tattoo into the Discord.
Mm. Hudson, right?
Yeah.
So you left a signpost, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm afraid I'm a little new in town, so I'm kind of like trying to learn some stuff, and not quite sure about the signpost. But what confuses me the most is why these are in him. It just, showing the
Oh, well,
the bee balm flower.
since you're new in town, I thought at least Q-Tip over there would clue you in on how things are around here. You know, this is kind of where we draw a line, because I know you leeches love the whole, like, ooh, the creatures of the city and shit like that. Some of us live here too, and you don't get to own that. And we've been around longer than you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, last I checked, this area wasn't exactly territory, so I was curious.
Then why do I keep finding your fucking people in my territory?
Okay. Who?
Like that
Because I'm
asshole.
one of the few people that actually spends time in the park, and you know where I go.
Oh, I don't keep track of... Okay.
Well, you know I don't come here unless some shit starts happening.
I know how you... Okay, I know how you work. You're into the whole cloak and dagger thing. You don't do it yourself. You send an intermediary to do your shit. All I know is that somebody's keeping a nice tidy little fucking garden of that red shit in our backyard. When I say our backyard, I literally mean underneath my fucking stones. And it needs to not be there because no one asked. And this motherfucker keeps showing up. And, well, we took care of the first one. Then another one came in. Took care of another one. Another one came in. And I just, what's a Ragabash to do but send a clear fucking message?
So you've been taking out the people invading your space and then depositing them where you think we will find them so as to serve as a warning to prevent more people from coming into your space. Am I understanding that?
Yeah. Get your shit under control. These fucking things reek of leech, and I'm sick and tired of it.
Sure. Your message hasn't quite hit your intended mark, but we'll pass it along.
Oh, I thought, well, hey, you know, somebody was bound to figure it out. And, you know, I thought somebody would come looking for their shit instead of just sending more in. This was the last warning. Because, let me tell you, I come from a land of wonderful, and like, my culture's very into getting along and having a good time, sitting down, having a drink, singing some songs, and just having a real good time. All right.
And nature. You like nature too.
No,
right?
I'm not one of those. I'm not. No, I'm not a tree hugger like them. No, that's different. Listen, you don't. You're adorable. No. I happen to run with some people that are a little rougher around the edges. They're from the mean streets, you know? They had to dig through the trash in their lives to get by. Some of them literally did dig through the trash when they were growing up. It was dark times. Hey, if we ever sit down... No, I don't want to sit down and have a drink with you. That would get really weird. But anyway. They want to just start fucking you fuckers up. And this is my way of, you know, letting you know. Whoever's walking in here, it's leech shit. So, take care of your leech shit before we lock down the whole goddamn park.
I think we actually have a conjoined interest here. We came, in fact, to try and clean the situation up, but without the information. Now that you've given us some very valuable information, maybe we could help fix this situation.
Okay. We're gonna tear up the garden again. Okay.
Could you?
Where's the garden?
know where you're ever gonna step. I can tell you that.
He said by the stones.
Yeah.
Luke.
Oh, well then I already know.
Charlie, what is up with these flowers anyway? Are they something special? Is this
Let me hold on. I wasn't done. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. So that this doesn't go the worst way possible for you. In my territory. Okay? Like I said, I'm gonna tear up the garden. Okay, we're gonna burn that shit.
Okay.
We better not see another one of these fuckers coming into our territory, especially walking right into our fucking cairn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
I'm gonna pass along the message to someone I think might know something about it.
However you deal with your shit, that's how
Well,
you.
you're
deal
making
with
a lot of assumptions here.
Yeah, and you made a lot of assumptions walking in here. So we're both on even footing. So from one nation to another nation, get your shit in order, organize your fucking house, and get out of my fucking park. Okay? Now you have a good day now. He spins on his heel, starts walking the other direction, actually gives a cheeky little, like, heel click as he's walking, and then ducks behind the tree.
Well,
I'm not going to burn his trees down because that would be rude and wouldn't really solve anything, but I want it on record that I don't particularly care for that person.
I think that went better than we expected.
Mm,
No one punched each other.
we've just been blamed for the sins of what is likely the Camarillas doing.
Yeah. I hate being associated with everyone else. That's why I stay out here.
I hate to break it to you, but you've chosen a collection of friends that will very much make it hard for you to be not tangled in people's shit. Sloan? Reconcile with that however you need, but it sounds like we could hopefully do something about this, figure out why these flowers are important enough that it's going to cause trouble and ripples for the rest of Kindred. Yes? And we could also tell Curtis, but we should also get some more information before we have to tell him anything before he laughs at us, because we're so slow.
I'll tell him. I don't give a shit.
Okay, but really,
I
Charlie,
got
why
it.
are these flowers important?
Well, I know some things about them. I mean, they're from Europe. They attract bees and hummingbirds and it's called Crimson Bee Balm, but it's also bergamot, which is usually what it's more known as. And but as far as connection to them, do I know of any like kind of significance as far as like what it could be used for or what it could represent?
Hold on.
Okay.
I will have you make another botany test, though.
Okay.
I'm like drafting out a text to the prince that I'm never going to send. It's like,
Jesus.
in Central Park, are these flowers yours? And then I just like my thumb hovers over the button, and then I just go hit back.
It's been a really strange weekend that I realize I have a deficit of knowledge when it comes to plant life. This is 2 flowers in a row that I know nothing about.
Maybe it's in your library.
Well, there was 1 flower in my library this week.
I mean, it's not like someone was planting wolfsbane or something, you know. It's bergamot. They smell nice.
That's about what I know.
Would I know of any occult
Spend a
usage?
willpower, please.
Oh.
For the love of God, Charlie, you're killing me
I
here.
I got 1 left after this.
Oh wait, you guys
Use a bonus
refilled.
die also.
Oh, I wanted to let you guys know you refilled on that time where you got your willpower back from previous So you've only spent 2.
Oh, do you get all of it back?
I meant to have this be a new arc reset kind of a thing. Everybody got full willpower back.
Okay.
We'll have
Time to spend it.
Yeah, Cassandra, boy, we're not playing Oregon Trail here.
Come on! Oh, if I yell at you, you like it.
Oh.
Okay. Now I know how to play.
Kinky dice, got it.
They're that kind of dice, yeah.
2.
Off the top of your head, you start rattling off a bunch of things, and then they're called they're called fucked artifici in Romanian.
Actually, speak that language.
Yeah, it means fireworks.
Okay.
Wait, what was the fucking fire flower you guys were talking about?
That's exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Fireworks in Romanian.
Oh no.
What? You guys were talking about fire flowers earlier.
Oh, fuck me.
Luke, no!
Charlie kept making fucking Super Mario jokes or something.
Oh. Fuck!
What a weird bouquet someone's making.
What the fuck is it?
It's a
Because the
Samisi
first-
thing. It's a fucking Samisi thing.
With a few fingertips,
Oh.
knuckles worth of Tremere bullshit added on top.
That has to be my favorite fucking unified
Great.
reaction ever.
Well, we better figure this out because the first person is gonna affect is me, and then it's gonna affect everybody else.
Oh, it's
Missed
definitely
it.
gonna affect
I
a lot
was
of people.
writing.
I kind of have mixed feelings. Bear with me here. Really want some, but also realize this probably means we absolutely have to see Victoria now because of who she's keeping company with.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Who's that?
What are you talking about?
We the flower, the Mario flower that we have affectionately dubbed, disrespectfully so, may very much be something tying back to the original favor I asked of you when we were having you infiltrate and light a building on fire and get some information. The person who is running that is currently, well, one's definitely dead. The other is bloodbound to Victoria, the Lisambra former primogeniture.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
And unfortunately, that research that they were doing could be very detrimental to everyone. And I now wonder if there is still some branch operating with it.
Yeah.
Perhaps for Victoria's gain now. I don't know how...
Sorry, Conrad, did we find that guy's phone, by the way? We looked for it, we did a roll, we got a
Nope.
success. Okay,
No phone.
No bone.
okay.
No wallet.
Oh, so
Gonna
my,
be rough on dental records,
my
too.
question was, for... Because there's blood, could I scoop enough to find... It's very paste-like because of all the petals, so I imagine I'll need to wring it out when we come back.
Just sitting there licking leaves.
She already did the first gecko test, which is bloodhound. I don't think bloodhound tells me if they are bloodbound or ghoul of somebody. However, I do have something that does, but it requires a certain amount of that blood.
You can get enough blood. His body still. You,
Okay, good.
You could, you know.
I didn't know how much of a pinata had been hollowed out.
You could.
I can start, like, cutting off legs and shit.
Yeah,
And the
so-
way Luke can do it, he can, like, twist it off like a sausage at the top so you don't lose anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like a little gourd.
Just taffy pull the leg out, twist it a whole bunch, and then just snap it off.
So here's the thing. If this was this is a little fuckery. Question. Normally I would be able to tell from one direction if the kindred has ghouls or anyone bloodbound attached to the resonance of their blood. Could I do it in reverse, where I
What are you using? You're asking me the
Blood
question
walk.
without
the ritual,
What is the ritual called?
blood walk.
Blood walk. Do. Level. Oh, it's a level 1.
Because I'll fucking blood potency surge my ass up and do if at a higher rate if we think it's possible.
Yeah, I'll let that do more than what it says because this is really fucking restrictive for a goddamn ritual.
Yeah, I just want to reverse it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, hold on. And she just starts going through her purse. She's like throwing a bird wing. No, I don't need that. Don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need this. Okay, I need you to. Can you juice it into this for me? This is Sir Robert. Here you go. Thank you. Please fill up, Robert.
Sir Robert? Okay, fine. And I like. I go around the ankle and I like kind of squish it and crunch it up and make a little nozzle. I like, poke a hole in and put that into the cup. And I say, all right, Delia, just keep your fingers on this. Pinch it right here. Keep it on the cup, okay? All right. And then I just work my way up, and I'm like liquefying and draining into this hose that I make out of their leg and other body parts.
Do you want a taffy time? Don't look over here. Here's a taffy time.
Hey, Sloan, let's go this way and take a walk and talk about bergamot for a little while. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck's going on. Because I feel like I'm getting half of every piece of information.
Yeah, that happens. That's kind of normal. I've found that you kind of get half things and then it's just a tangent over there. And we're going to walk away from that tangent because that tangent is gross.
It's like the noise of squeezing a sponge really hard while someone is like trying to suck up the last bit of their soda from a straw.
And every time something gets a little louder, Charlie talks a little louder, just like trying to block it out.
Sweet beans.
So bergamot is in mouthwash, and people also used to use it to make sure they didn't have excessive gas. Did you know that?
Well, I don't think vampires have a gas problem that they need to grow this shit for.
Yeah, I wanted to see if, like, maybe you knew anything because you live in the park, so I thought maybe you knew a little bit more about, like, the wildlife here and flowers and stuff. And have you ever seen that guy before?
I don't know. Have I ever seen him in particular?
Not him in particular.
I think your mic is off or something.
You haven't seen him in particular.
Okay.
But you've seen people that look like the ones that you have seen that you were like, oh, that's a fucking werewolf, look like hobo chic style looking stuff, like very tattered denim. They look like sleeveless hoodies underneath tattered denim. Sweatpants over jeans, like that habitual layering of somebody trying to stay warm on the street. But they never look as dirty as the homeless. Like, they look like they have gone and showered recently. So... And you have noticed a few that were wearing clothing wrong. Like, the shoes were on the wrong feet, and their shirt was on backwards. And you didn't get it. You still don't, really. But it looked like they were confused about how clothes worked.
No, he's new. I mean, they all have like it's almost like a uniform without being a uniform. Once you learn how to spot them, you just know. But
It's so weird.
Mac Data make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. Sorry. Thank you, chat.
I'm just doing like the tiniest little lore nuggets of werewolf stuff. If you know Apocalypse, you're picking up. I wanted to open my cookies. That's why I turned my mic off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Save that for tomorrow.
Wait, she's holding this cup of Robert now. We're already here, so I suppose I could take some more time and just do this now. Gonna be a little occupied though, so just make sure nothing kills me, right?
All right.
Yeah.
You can't open the cookie. I'm
This
so
is-
sorry. Do you want me to open the cookie?
Do you not have like a
pen or a
sharp item
pencil
or
you
something?
can stick through the package?
You wanna?
Ah, yay.
Okay.
You have
Cookie
medical
wrestling.
tools.
There we go.
Cookie wrestling.
Yeah. I'm assuming that this is the worst that I've seen territorial markings this far south.
Oh, absolutely. They've never.
Yeah.
Like, this territorial marking because you've smelled the excessive. Like, vampire senses are enhanced as a base compared to a mortal.
Mm-hmm.
Even without bestial senses, you can smell the werewolf piss when you get to a certain spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's
Usually
an
they're just
almost instinct. The beast that is inside all vampires goes ugh, the second you smell that.
Yeah. They usually just kind of stick to the normal wolf shit of, peeing on everything that's theirs. This is new.
I wanted to ask him more questions, but he was so quick to leave, and somebody upset him. Just makes this very particular pointed glance at Luke over shoulder, who's still just juicing this guy over there.
Oh, that's probably enough juice for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I tie it in a little bow and
You're tying this guy
This would have been.
yeah.
You would have been an amazing assistant. Where were you my living life?
In a Nazi internment camp, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say it's all right, but
No, it's not. It's not.
conversationally, let's just move on.
Yeah, well, thankfully, no one else is listening to our conversation, so they can't judge us for how awkward we are.
I sense.
What do you
how
think I
awkward
should
it
do with
is.
the rest of this guy?
Oh. Well, hold on, because if we could figure out who sent them, maybe we bring it as a present.
Okay, I'm going to start wrapping the present.
Can you... what kind of tunnels you got over there? You got any other way to get in?
We got all kinds of tunnels, but we haven't mapped them out yet.
Yeah.
Although maybe we should go do that shit now.
Well, actually, I'm gonna go take 5 minutes, so you guys talk about that. And she just takes the chalice of Robert, and she just goes over to she looks at it first to see if it's slick with blood and petals, and just sits down, takes a little dropper out, and then just starts closing her eyes, taking a drop, dropping the drop back into the blood, and she starts going through genomes, and listing all the combinations, and just obsessively going through the list.
Oh, by the way, Chalice of Robert opening for Fountains of Wayne at the local
Oh dear.
festival.
Stacy's mom has got a gun.
Alright, Luke. Enough of this bullshit. What the fuck is with the flowers and this bitch that's blood bonding people? What the fuck is all this shit?
Okay, so look, I'll explain it as best I can, but I have to tidy this, so we can talk.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm gonna
don't
be doing
mind
this
watching.
too.
It doesn't bother me. Go ahead.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm just folding and rolling and smoothing things. I take the guy's clothes off first and set them aside, and then I'm just combining shit. All right, so
God,
there's
it's
this
watching somebody play with non-Newtonian liquids.
Yeah.
Actually, if
Until
you've
you
ever
hear
seen,
the bones crack, and then it suddenly is a little different.
if you've ever
I
seen the
broke
original
somebody's
House
bones
of
to get their
Wax,
clothes off, so don't worry about
Oh.
it.
The original House of Wax, you said, Connor?
yeah, if you've ever seen the original House of Wax with Vincent Price with the face clay moment,
Mmm.
so wonderful. Just ignore me. Go ahead,
So-
role play.
All right, so there's this fire flower thing that Samisi used to use to do Wuji demonic shit, right? And they needed this
Okay.
flower because it's supposedly the essence of this demon guy. So they used it to do all sorts of shit, right? Okay, so it sounds like someone took a bunch of those flowers and planted them on their cairn, which I guess makes sense because werewolves protect that shit because it's supposed to be like religiously significant to them. And I would imagine that if it's religiously significant, then it's probably somehow significant to demon shit, right? And so, so that's what we've got going on, all right? As far as getting bloodbound, that was a thing between the prince and us because Charlie took the hit for the group, I guess, but basically the prince kind of forced us into this. The prince is bloodbound to Charlie too, though, by the way. They did it equally. It's a share, so that we've got like an agreement, a blood pact, where we're supposed to like share information with him. He's supposed to share information with us, but of course they're not starting on even footing because he knows way more about whatever the hell's going on than we do. But he keeps dangling like information over Delia's head, which makes her go ooh and forget about whatever else is going on.
Does somebody know if you can't be bloodbound when they try?
I wouldn't know. I'm just like crunch, crunch, roll, 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 roll. Smooth. So my ultimate goal is to make a sort of a rectangular box shape out of the corpse that I can then cover in clothes to make it look like it's like a shittily wrapped present.
Okay.
It's like a package you get from the butcher, but wrapped in clothes.
I love it so much.
Are you making a flesh Rubik's cube by any chance?
No, it's like a clothes box.
Gift
Yeah.
wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you.
Almost worse.
An artist
Um,
is amongst us.
I paint.
It's
I mean, there's rolls I could make if you want me to make rolls.
yeah. It's gonna be yeah. How about fucking Smeezy.
Smeezy propaganda.
Yeah.
All of it.
Dex.
And that's what this whole episode fucking is, apparently.
I'll take dexterity vicissitude protean. So to perform it, and then to get it into the shape you want, I would honestly, if you had the specialty, it would be Dex Crafts basket weaving.
Well, so I mean that's kind of why I took body art was the plan. It's
This
like-
is no. That's like saying I can draw, therefore I know how to do origami. They're not the same.
okay. All right,
It's
that's
not. It's not the same.
All right.
Is it
Luke's a
it
nightmare
too late?
Easter bunny.
is it too late for me to just go into the earth and be done with this shit? Like,
Just, everybody else is watching Luke do this, and just Sloane's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, just flowing
It's like the
into the
stairs
earth.
trick,
Done.
but you're actually
Done.
going down.
Okay, so I got 5 on the initial roll. And now let me see what I
It's a
get to get it.
nightmare
increased
Easter
with the next
basket. What are you doing?
one.
A feaster basket, if you will.
Oh no.
I
I
am-
was gonna say
Hate
Feaster
that
Bunny.
kid.
God, Luke is the feaster bunny.
Yep.
I really want to use a bonus die, but at 2,
He could do
I feel like we
the
should probably
chest
save.
mouth thing if you really wanted to.
Oh,
Okay.
No, he
I got
could. Oh, I hate
3
it.
on the roll to actually put it into the shape I want.
It's a rhombus.
I'm good at like 4 things. This is one of them.
I feel that. Just mine is not, well, mangling flesh, not reshaping it.
You tenderize.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hell.
Oh boy.
Charlie, are you gonna live? You
I'm
hang out
already
with this
dead.
guy like all the time.
So, Luke
He doesn't do this all the time.
Oh, you're this one.
tries to get him into like a clothing box shape. It ends up looking like a 24 case of beer sized box. Because it is a 180-pound individual. It's hard to get that into like a Macy's gift box that you get for Christmas to put the sweater that you know your grandson's gonna fucking hate, but you're gonna get it anyway. One of those boxes.
I was thinking the coat box from Macy's, the one that's like double.
Oh yeah. That. No, you didn't roll high enough for that. If you got the exceptional, it would have been the coat box. You didn't get the exceptional, so instead it looks more like a 24-pack.
I turned a hipster into PBR. What could be more appropriate?
He just puts a blue ribbon on it.
Well.
And then you
My
were
goal,
able
by the
to.
way, my goal is to keep the juicy bits on the inside.
I mean, the upside is that it looks like you were able to wrap it
Yay.
enough with the shirt so that it looks like a lumpy plaid lumber present.
Cool. Okay, hang on. Let me just
Luke doesn't need anybody to be proud of him. He's proud of himself.
With a denim
there we go.
bow.
now it's got a handle. All right, cool.
It
Okay.
was a jawbone. It is now the handle.
So good.
So you guys know who's doing this?
So Delia's
Well,
been
we
by
have
that.
some ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
is this 5 minutes of chatter?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been sitting there running the metal fucking eyedropper along the edge of the Robert chalice. In this time, she's now had to blood potency and then surge, but I have 7 successes.
Okay.
Not enough.
What's that like?
Roll more.
I need to
I'm
roll-
hungry.
Ooh.
Oh.
So there's a
I paid for it.
When you're done, can you just drink the?
there's a Taco Bell to go box of a guy over here.
It's a
I can-
grave case.
I can
Yes,
put a
shit.
I can put a straw on this.
Don't put anything else that was a person and you made him a
don't.
box.
I don't
I
think
fucking
he,
love
be
this
box
group,
shaped.
but Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't think he would do it. Oh my god. Thank you.
I have to add 3
Yes.
The
to
box
the bonus.
Right about
Charlie's
now,
in the corner.
bagged blood does not
Here.
work for me.
Not work at all?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even half?
No.
Meh?
At blood potency 4, animals and bagged blood states no hunger.
Oh, you did that.
Yes.
Ah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why I'm hungry.
Gotcha.
I had to go through steps. It's different. It was reversed. I was improv.
Okay. Let
We
me
left
just-
you alone.
I
Okay.
like a challenge.
What was the total you got again?
7.
7? Oh, okay, so it's not an exceptional. I had to roll against.
What? You roll against for blood luck?
No.
Oh.
There was information from the blood walk you were going to get that was behind what one might call a screen of sorts.
I'm sorry, friends.
No. You know it was a ghoul.
Well, yeah.
And all you get is a shadowy figure. And it's strange. That's the second hype train of the night. Holy shit.
Oh. Trying to console me from my loss of a crit win. Strange how?
You get interpretive symbols. You don't get actual knowledge of the individual.
Oh god, I'm like a class C.
But you get a set of... You see a set of scales. And you see a feather landing on one side. And then it vanishes into smoke. All that remains is the sound of a heartbeat. And then you come back. Holy crap. By the way, just now. There's a lot of support. Thank you guys so much.
It's a level 3 hype train working.
The second level 3 hype train tonight.
Jesus
You guys
Christ.
are fucking amazing. Alright.
A shaky voice pipes in from the tree. To answer your question, no. We don't know. Maybe. Third? No. It's weird.
Did you get anything out of the juices?
It was quality juice, Luke. It was. But I've never tried to do it the opposite direction, and I think I messed it up because all I could... Oh, yes, it was a ghoul. They weren't lying, but I couldn't nail down the person, which is weird because normally I can. I feel, I know exactly their identity, their being, their core, but all I saw was like a clairvoyant moment of feelings and like someone judging weights, like a scale and judging like the weight of a feather on it.
Okay. So, useful or not useful?
Judging the weight of a feather.
Intelligence. Occult intelligence.
Please get this, because I actually know this.
Oh, Riley actually knows this?
Yes, and I got a success!
I got one.
Intelligence occult. I'll also accept intelligence academics. Mythology.
Oh.
I need to use a hunger die. Oops.
I didn't get a goose egg.
Yeah, no, I got one.
One.
Anybody who gets a success can know this, because this was covered in most high schools, and is also general knowledge of anybody who spent any time watching any fucking pulp movie.
Yeah.
You are getting... That is imagery of Anubis's scales, the judge of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
You weigh the soul against the feather, right?
He rips out your heart, places it on a scale. Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Another... God damn.
just completing and pushing.
Yeah.
Holy
crap.
shit. Thank you.
Thank you so much
Sorry.
for the
Hella
that
support,
is
guys.
insane amounts of support. Thank you. It's directly referencing Anubis tearing out the heart of an individual, placing it on the scale, and then weighing it against a feather to judge their worthiness, guilt, or otherwise.
I don't know if my character knows something.
It would be an occult test again to see if you could.
Society-wise,
I'll also accept intelligence politics.
I know occult would be better, but
So close.
no, I'll do the occult. She won't know. Two.
Oh my god. That's level 5. Holy crap.
fuck.
Or level 4 complete? Level 5? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm very confused.
Final level. Wait, is this like a fucking
Yeah.
raid? I didn't know that.
No, hype trains level up.
I know they leveled up.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was like a final stage.
Yeah, when you hit level 5, it's
5
the
is
final
the
stage.
What happens when you hit the final stage?
You get a whole bunch of emotes.
Oh.
Nice. I'm gonna give that as bonus. Oh, beast. Ooh,
Hmm.
thanks. 2 is enough to know the judges.
How much in character would they know?
You know that they had a very strong influence and a core in the Middle East at one point, especially during the Crusades. They spread out from there. They were heavily influential in the Assassin at one point. Why did... Ah, son of a bitch.
I got you.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh my
I think
god.
I need to go up to 6.
So
I need to go up to 7.
Very hard to concentrate when I'm being wowed.
Holy
Judges,
crap.
spooky, Egyptology aside, I tried to send a bunch of people east, but I think we have visitors from east instead. Did anyone know the... Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh,
That was it.
that's
Level
awesome!
5.
Holy fuck! That's our first time doing a
Oh,
complete
man.
one, right?
No, we've completed hype
Really?
trains before.
Fuck! I need to pay more attention.
For what it's worth, I've never seen it. This is
Fair.
the first time I've seen it.
It's been a while,
Yeah.
at least.
Hell yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, plus ultra that 120. Yeah. Anyway, is anyone familiar? The judges, not the scale. Usually, when you have visions, I should have actually known this. It's been way too long. I was disappointed in myself. It's not the image. The image is representative of the word. The word is the important part. Judges.
Connery,
Mm-hmm.
would I know this? Because of my past.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you fought Asimite before. Specifically, you fought Asimite and Tribu in the Sabbat. Thing is, in my setting,
I'm sorry, in the what?
Sabbat.
Huh.
Oh, I had a
Do
thought.
I?
I'm
Did
talking
we-
about Sloane's past right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Did we ever?
No.
Huh.
You guys never talked about jack shit?
Yeah, you guys didn't
Never.
haven't talked about your histories at all.
No, I'm asking if we ever like met. but I guess not.
Luke and Sloane?
Yeah,
Luke kept his head down, remember?
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Sloane did the opposite.
Okay.
Sloane put heads down during
Also-
the Sect War.
Chat continues to be fucking amazing.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh, geez, a point for each side. I'm having trouble keeping up here.
So the judges.
Just before you continue, just wanted to point out, in my setting, I refer to them as the judges because I wish to entirely remove overt cultural things from the bloodlines. So the clans are based more on archetypes of concept than they are of culture. They did this for the Setites by turning them into the ministry. But for some reason, they doubled down on the Islamic sentiments for the Assamites and turned them into the Banu Hakim. I am ripping that away entirely. They're the judges in my setting. So they are just known as that.
Okay.
So, anybody familiar? Yeah, follow me. Judges, anyone?
Yeah.
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 Okay, here's an added problem to this. Because I just had to double check my notes from season 1. When I originally had gone in with the Siegbert and Leonard's bank in the facility that is no longer theirs, they were employing judges for some of their security. Okay, yeah, that gut horrible
Connor,
wrenching
can you
silence.
explain for me that doesn't remember the lore what judges are? For Riley?
Judges are a clan of basically they are, you know what? I wanna field this one out to Zed because I feel like this should be workshopped slightly. How would one explain OG Assamites in a non-cultural concept without just calling them assassin vampires?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say the other word that I would use would be like ninja, which is also culturally charged to some degree.
Exactly. You see what I mean? It's kind of difficult the way they set it up.
Yeah, but basically they are, you know, they are, you know what you could call them? You could call them special forces. They're essentially a clan of vampiric special forces. They're trained in silence, in killing, in, you know, keeping people from being able to detect their presence, but also keeping them from like making noise.
That's their capabilities.
Like that.
Culturally, though,
How to explain them? Yeah.
The judge thing is definitely on their line. What's their clan weakness again?
Well, so I don't recall what it is now, because it used to be that they were they couldn't blood bond anybody and they couldn't do magic and some other shit, but it's changed.
Let me find it.
They had that whole blood curse thing from the Tremere, but that's gone now.
I had I transferred a whole bunch of my stuff over, and the 2 books that I forgot to transfer over were the Camarilla book and the Anarch book, because I am not a fan of those books for specific reasons, but those books also happen to contain the Assamite and the Ministry.
Okay, that gets the point across.
Yeah.
They couldn't do Diablo.
But what I need to know.
That's right. That's right. They couldn't do Diablo. Although they had a way of... Anyway.
Yeah. I don't want to hold up forever. I just kind of needed a background.
It's good
Since
that we
Sloan
know.
knows, I need to know.
Blood addiction. They are drawn to feed off of those who deserve punishment.
Mm.
When one of the judges tastes the blood of another Cainite, if they drink vampire blood, they are provoked into a hunger frenzy, possibly trying to kill the victim and diablerize them.
Hmm.
So they don't diablerize because they may drain somebody. If
They don't.
If they taste it.
Yeah, they don't. They don't drink from vampires because they might not be able to hold themselves back.
Yes, they're weak to drinking from vampires. They are especially drawn to vampiric blood. So you can use that. I have to use the bathroom again. I'm sorry. I'm a very bad
I have lots to talk about. It's fine.
Start talking.
We're gonna talk about some shit.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if they were being used for security when it was in charge of the person whose notes also clearly state they would like to bond and tie up everybody together, like the pyramid, real fun news here. This means it could possibly, this is further proof that we have to deal with this. As much as I would love to lock myself away in my lab and just figure out the fun parts, I think the problem is also that there are people who were actively working against this means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Would figuring out any more of the fun parts, as you say, be any help to us getting further along with this?
Well,
We need to go talk to that person. What's their name again?
you want to talk to Siegbert?
Yeah.
So, if Charlie, if I could figure out how to break our connection to the generational just limitations that we have, that could be good. Depends on how effective I am at it. But there are people who thought that they saw what happened to Tremere with Vienna, with those things broken, and they thought that they could repair them and go bigger, because that's how minds work. Take the small concept, expand it, workshop it out. So someone could still try and repair what I break if I don't do a good enough job. Regardless, we need to figure out who would want to do this, because without a doubt, Curtis will want to know, because I do not think he would enjoy it. I don't.
Well, if someone's trying to dig up a bunch of old Samisi shit and it's involving the judges and the Tremere, I mean, that's what, 3 out of 5 clans that all do magic shit?
Well, Ventru has their fingers in this, because Siegbert is Ventru. He was the former Primogen. He had a few. Well, they're staked now, I think. No, they're put in glass coffins. Fuck, I don't. Man, Philadelphia was a terrible trip, and I'm out of date with everything that's happened since I've been gone. Part of what got Siegbert in trouble was that he was allowing his childer to embrace an untold amount of thin bloods to move the thin-blooded market. The alchemy, the red eye, red pill, before the early editions of it.
Okay, so what does this mean?
It means we need to figure out how tied Siegbert is, because if he's so tied that he's blind, then whatever he's working towards, he would assume, is to help Victoria. But if he's not tied so heavily to Victoria, he could still have interests elsewhere, right?
Sure, it could also be someone who found out about the project and decided to run with it in the aftermath. It could be that there was a silent partner who we're not aware of, who decided to push things forward since the rest of their group is no longer involved. I I mean, whoever it is, they're just sending a bunch of ghouls one after the other to go die in werewolf territory. So whoever it is, they can't be all that attentive.
Unless that's either a part of the process or they just need a collection. They only need one to get through.
So what do you think their goal is, though?
So you have to plant that specifically at a place that is so spiritually charged for a reason. Otherwise, why would you not just grow it underneath a building of your own that you own that's easy to get? You know, you wake up, you go downstairs, check on the garden, go, ooh, it looks lovely. No, it had to be there for a reason.
Does it help with some kind of ritual for the flowers to be like in charged soil or anything like that? Like you said, or
I mean, you know, we're talking something a little bit, you know, beyond the whole eye of newt, tail of dog kind of a thing, right? This is fairly ancient lore that we're dealing with.
And the bee balm, it's not quite the fire flower, correct? It's
not quite, but maybe they think that they can make it if they infuse it in some way.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to refine the bee balm so that they could use it in place of the fire flower.
Bee balm is like almost minty in its own right, which if you get enough mint together, it does kind of burn in a way.
I could see that being a naming mechanism. It makes way more sense than it's the fires of hell in a flower.
It also just looks like a small fire the way the petals look when
Humans
it's
are very
together.
simple. I'm down with that.
But other than that, I certainly couldn't guess like why specifically. The best thing I got is that if they need a spiritually charged place and they have to put the flower there, I assume it's to do something else that's spiritual or magical with it, the thing that grew there.
Sure, but then why just send random ghouls to go in and get it?
And they had to fuck with werewolves too. They couldn't have done this under a fucking church. There's like how many?
Different
1,000 in New York City?
A church wouldn't be the same thing.
Churches are human magic. It's a little more hit or miss. I think werewolves, they got their own
more
thing.
In tune?
That's
So,
my guess.
They
It's
had to...
the Samisi use elemental stuff, you know, lightning and fire.
Base components.
Right. So werewolves being more in tune with nature, maybe that's the deal.
But I mean, he yelled, like, kind of yelled at me for assuming that he was part of the more nature-loving crowd, I guess. And he said that was his area, so I mean, is that shared with different groups, or did he just take it over? And I'm so confused.
What's
just
interesting
smash his
also...
head in a tree.
Remember,
oh
too,
no, the poor tree.
Not everyone says exactly what they mean. Don't take everything he said at full face value. He doesn't like us. He doesn't trust us. Frankly, if he had any better idea for how to get those things to stop going into his territory, he would have killed us because he wouldn't have needed us to pass along the message.
What's interesting is how quickly does the bee balm grow? So how long ago would you have had to have planted this before we would even know it's there?
That's a good question.
Should we be talking about this someplace else?
At this point, we're ready to move. I've got this guy set up for travel. We should probably start heading over to your friend's house.
We can start moving you in that direction. Now, normally, this is when I would say, and we'll find out what happens when we get there next time. We didn't have 75 average viewers for long, but we did hit 75 viewers tonight. So, I'm willing to start a little bit extra if my players are willing to play for an extra half hour.
Sometimes you have to
Midway.
pry us off this screen.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I've held my pee for longer. You kidding me?
Well, I will allow a quick break because I had to use the restroom myself. So if anybody needs to do anything to be able to do the last half hour, please do so now. And
I'm good.
I think
I guess I'll hear.
okay,
Yeah, I'm good to go.
you're good to go.
I need to pee.
All right, so we're gonna take 5 minutes, and then we're gonna keep playing for a little bit.
So then,
We're going to see the one who's causing all this shit.
Oh, well, that's still days away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still several days away
Yes.
when their mass is. So you would have to preserve this.
well,
Mm.
then the other
Box.
option is we go start taking a look through our tunnels.
Yeah. And a body freezer isn't that hard to get.
Well, honestly, this is something I kind of wanted to ask. In my old haven, we had a pretty sizable lab and everything, and Danny has basically been letting me shack up at one of their places. But I've been sleeping a lot in the sanctum now that we have it. Where are we all like just gonna stay living apart, or how does this go with you guys? Because I know the last time we all lived together. But then I had to have a really shitty apartment lower down when my employer didn't want to see me anymore. But I figured I should probably ask.
I need my own space.
Yeah, I don't
if
think
I have
this
my
is.
own space, I'll think about it.
I don't think anyone's looking to say that we can't have our own. But I agree, a common space might be good. I mean, the chantry seems to be that to some degree. But we gotta check it out first. In the meantime, I have a surgical theater in my shop. So I can put this item there for now.
Yeah, you could
So
put
why
them.
don't
You have a fridge big enough to put them on ice for a bit.
Yeah.
Then you want to look into these tunnels. Because the last thing you want is if they come out here, for them to start thinking that they can come pay us a visit.
Well,
Because they don't like that whoever the fuck this bitch is growing flowers in their holy place.
sure. The other part of it is we don't know where the tunnels go. It's good to know where the tunnels leading into your secret base go.
Yeah.
I mean, I would kind of assume they go to all major parts nearby, right? I mean, that's where I would put secret tunnels if I wanted to get around without being noticed. I'd put them in major places.
I hate
I'll
this.
be honest, surprising though it may be, I've not had a secret tunnel before, so I don't know.
I mean, I haven't either. I'm just guessing.
I hate to say this, but we could probably do two birds, one stone here, and possibly ask Curtis. Mostly because he used to use the tunnels underneath the city to mobily broadcast for a while before he had his elevation of status. And also you are now bloodbound to give information, and this is quite dangerous and pertinent. So you could also do that.
Also, if this meeting goes poorly, you might want his backing to assert yourself.
Oh my god, and I forgot about the flower again. Son of a bitch, Charlie, how long does it take to grow flowers?
This particular one?
Yes.
How long does it take for these to grow? And are they perennials or annuals?
Yes! If it's a bulb, we can't eat it.
I'm assuming that
Toxic
we're having
gas.
this conversation while
You're
like,
walking towards your.
Walking, yeah.
Are you walking
Yeah.
towards your known tunnel access?
no,
that'd
I
be
need to
smart.
drop off this guy before he starts to smell.
Right.
you
I
can
don't
take a
have a
quick-
facility.
Right. So So the four of you are walking towards Luke's tattoo parlor with the rot box.
Grave case.
Gotcha.
Charlie keeps looking at it.
It's a
Just like-
person package.
I would
You
like to
don't-
let you know, luckily, post-mortem evacuation already happened.
No.
Mm.
I would have
I-
aimed it
oh.
inside anyway.
Why is
Starts
it
to
bloated? You
swell.
don't want to know.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
What are
nearly-
those things
don't-
called? Is it a Magellan's flask? Those like infinity flasks or whatever, where like you pour it and then it
Maiden's
just
cup?
goes around a loop.
That's not it. That's not
Just
it.
don't look at it. Do you want pizza?
I
You eat, right?
can't. Yes, I eat. Not right now. I won't. But I can't. It's like a train wreck. I can't. Where someone got turned into a box.
Ugh, I'm just gonna like put my arm on Charlie and kind of push her forward a little bit, so now she's walking in front of Luke in his meat box.
It kind of sloshes a little.
See, now you're in front of it. You can't look at it without potentially falling over.
I can hear it.
There's another beast eye there, Conrad.
the, the box farts.
Woo!
Oh, I thought I sealed all those up. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah.
Just,
All right, there we go.
Ugh,
uh,
all right. Do we have to take the meat box on the subway?
you could. Trust me, there's been weirder smelling shit on the subway.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
This should smell mostly like flowers.
It's part of the mint family.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you're getting ready to go on the subway to take it to Luke's tattoo parlor, is it just called Luke's tattoo parlor, or do you have a name for your?
No, I have a
Ink-
name. It's
Inktorium.
Blackheart Ink.
It's what?
It's Blackheart Ink. I believe,
Blackheart Ink. That's
living
right. You have
The
a.
business cards.
You made business
Yeah, I put the
cards.
business
That was
cards in.
adorable.
Love it.
I don't know what happened. I had a wild night and I woke up and there was a business card for half off a tattoo.
Yep. Yeah, and for what it's worth, I actually have an address on there that is a real address. It's 302 Bowery number 2.
Where does it
in
lead?
the real world, it's a yoga studio, but it's pretty close to where CBGB's was, which is where he would have wanted to be. So
Oh. I mean, yoga, you fold into pretzels, you turn people into boxes. It's the same. It's fine.
Right
Yeah.
now, it is Bowery Yoga.
yep.
God.
I have such
So
concerns.
that's getting down towards like south of Washington Square. You're starting to get that's it's basically on the corner of 2nd Avenue in Houston.
You know what that's close to?
Oh god, where is that close to?
That's a face. Look at that.
A little pie-shaped piece of New York.
Oh my god, that's actually close to your old territory
Oh,
in the Lower East
no.
Side.
Father, no.
Listen, if a big ginger dude comes in there, just be nice to him, okay?
Just give him a beer and walk away.
I'm nice to everyone who comes in.
Give him whatever he asked for. He's had a rough time.
So taking the subway, it's not
flowers.
yes, well I was saying
Oh, okay.
getting into the subway, Charlie's been kind of mulling over those flowers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
They're not exactly the species you thought they were. They're very, very close. Like exceedingly close. But there is something about them that you can't put a finger on. But then you notice that the flower itself has a low-lying aggression in it. your sense the beast is tingling when you focus on it. Before, the werewolf's potential energy of I could destroy you at any time if I decide to just become a half man, half beast Krynos destroying machine. Yeah, that was kind of washing out this. This flower actually seems to have that vibe, that energy in it. It's almost like it was soaking in rage.
Someone in chat is going to be cheering.
Oh shit. There you go. Bonus points. You get a gold star.
Where's my Jolly Ranchers?
And just sitting here thinking about going, is it like carnivorous plant? Maybe?
Carnivorous?
What?
This flower is dangerous. It almost feels like it has this like danger aura to it. Like it's angry.
Well, you know where they grew it.
Is it? Do they have rage soil? Wait, hold on. Sniffing it.
It's literally like the center of werewolf shit.
So you're saying I'm gonna need you to walk me through this. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do my best. You're saying that the flower has an aura, which I follow. That's scientifically proven. I've seen auras. Auras has an aura of anger to it.
Yep. Yeah. It just, I don't know, like, it's almost like a charged up, like, almost like the Venus, like, think of a Venus flytrap or like a pitcher plant. They're kind of like passive aggressive. This is actually like, feels almost aggressive.
Passive aggressive flowers.
Oh my god, you just solved it. Charlie, you solved the goal.
It's okay, I'm just your mother. It's fine.
Well, that's why they grow it there, right?
Charlie basically just...
Sorry, it's just a Venus flytrap going 36 hours of labor.
You're all welcome.
You ruined my body in one fell swoop.
Is this everyone's
and then
favorite
you
part of the night
sucked
now?
me dry.
Are we all in agreement? Communally?
Yep.
Okay, communally, this is a... No, Charlie,
Sorry.
you're genius. That you solved the question we couldn't figure out. Why they kept sending in ghouls, right? It pisses them off more. If you're trying to charge up this little angry little flower thing, I still got questions. But one of them has an answer. They weren't supposed to succeed.
Oh, so they're just sacrificial to keep drumming up more anger.
It's basically hitting the wasp nest.
But that doesn't make any sense, though, because every time they made the werewolves angry, they just ripped up all the flowers. What's the point?
Yeah, but they're real
Right?
fucking angry now.
Yeah,
Unless-
if you're trying to charge the flower... First of all, someone had to have been able to easily get in there to plant them to begin with.
Connery, do I feel angry holding this flower?
You're not being affected by it, but you can tell it's... You also know that it... As a botanist, you know that you can transplant a flower to a new environment to change its grow patterns. So if you put something in more alkaline soil, you can change how it would grow. More acidic soil. So there's something that makes you think that maybe the flower, maybe they transferred them to get that.
So there is angry soil. I was right.
Dirt of
like-
evil.
It's miracle rage.
I mean, that's with the information Charlie has, that's the way I feel that she would be interpreting it.
Yeah. So just make sure that Dara has that straight. It's that she feels that they're transferred from one place to the cairn to pick up this angry feeling, or that they're trying to get it from the cairn to somewhere else.
They transferred. Your best bet. You don't think it was grown there because it would take a while, and the werewolves would have known about it. But you could always transfer plants there and have them sit in that soil to maybe change their grow pattern.
Okay.
For the future. So the idea of, well, they grow it there. Your botanist says, like, well, there's plenty of ways to manipulate plants once you have them. There's cuttings, there's grafts, there's transplant. There's a whole bunch of ways to actually tend to these plants without having them just grow in a place.
Okay. So, all right, so I have a greenhouse, a little one in my place, and I have certain things that if I take care of it a certain way, like I have like basil, because I just really like the smell, and sometimes I do eat it and then have to go through all that mess later, but it's usually worth it. But if you only trim it a certain way, it grows really tall and like kind of just like stalk-like and just straight up. But if you cut it a different way, it grows kind of bushy. So depending on how you take care of a plant and like what it's in and like how you do everything, it really affects how it grows. Yes,
like
just
people.
A lot like people.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know where it could be, but I think that they're probably starting these in one place and then moving them grown over to the werewolf territory.
Is Central Park cared for by some sort of municipal authority?
Yeah.
Do they do yard work and shit?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if someone with their fingers in city functioning, for example,
a green thumb maybe,
might have been able to get those caretakers to plant this stuff under the wolves' noses.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Because they got to get it there, but they're going to notice if it's someone like us.
So, then that gives me another question. I have a lot of those. Are there certain conditions this plant needs to thrive or seed? In which case, could we use those parameters for figuring out where a main graft would be? Are there other fields of this flower about?
I mean, listen, I'm not an expert, but they grow all kinds of bullshit in greenhouses.
Yeah.
They have, like, whole greenhouses of just orchids.
What about
and
the
orchids
botanical
grow
garden?
in weird environments. So I can't imagine they can't do that for this.
I mean, there's the Brooklyn Botanical Garden.
Oh, that's...
Did you guys mention that before?
Yeah, that's Giovanni, firmly Giovanni territory. It's really beautiful though, except there was this one poor tree that got punched into. It was damaged. It was so old. It got damaged so bad. Beautiful place.
I have a question, just generally to all of you. Just because of like the territory thing, does that mean like I can't go visit places because it's owned by like a certain clan or something? Because I just would like to go see stuff.
So the short answer is yes. The longer answer is you can go wherever you like, but if someone finds you and they don't like what you're doing, then it's a problem for you.
It's better to tell someone they're expecting company. You don't want to show up at someone's house without letting them know to, put pants on, have an Entenmann's. And in this case, it would be Giovanni, and you saw how that went. But it doesn't always have to be that bad.
Don't eat this.
I tried
This
really
is
hard
for company. The Entenmann's is for the company.
You don't want to just walk into somebody else's garden and plant a bunch of fucking flowers you're trying to make angry?
I mean,
this is also.
I mean, if I was a plant, it would make me angry if I didn't get the things that I needed. To be fair,
the main
But-
fire flower is referred to as like the demon's essence. It's so terrible. I can't say that out loud. I feel ridiculous. But
it's a flower.
the main.
I mean, there's the corpse flower, and it's gross.
That's
It does-
totally
I guess that's
different.
fair.
Yeah, it smells terrible.
It's just
It does, like a corpse.
If I were to reverse that concept, what is the essence of this demon that this flower is tied to? Could we look into maybe also the principles around it? That might give us some insight into what they might be needing to do with these flowers.
Your thought is like maybe we can track the kinds of supplies that this sort of flower would need to try to figure out where it is.
No, but that's not a bad idea either.
No, I
A
think
lot of
that's a terrible
moisture.
idea. We don't have a Batman crime computer.
A lot of moisture. You
name is
need
Danny,
the soil
okay?
needs to be more acidic.
Actually, I mean, I meant no.
Sun, shade.
No, the spooky story version. The fire flower is tied to a demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that demon about? What do they do?
Destroy things, make deals, swallow souls.
Well,
They're
are you doing an
demons.
overarching like this is what, or do you know specifically about this demon? I know it is kind of local to something, a region. Would you know specifically?
So here's the thing. My understanding of real deep clan lore is pretty thin. While I come from that area, I don't have the exact frames of reference that, say, an old Carpathian lord might have. So if we want to go talk to one,
Luke,
we can always do that.
Luke, I know you were kind of like the stand-in. You weren't my first request, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I am. I'm like, you're great,
was your
except for
first
except for
choice?
lighting me on fire in a building, or the building on fire while I was in. That wasn't that great. But
who was your first choice?
Grigori owed me a bit of a favor and didn't seem to want to make good on it. So Luke was sent instead.
Yep, he doesn't really want to be involved in much of anything anymore.
Wait, you know Grigori as well? Big old little bone goatee and easy on the eyes?
Yeah, and, sword, yes.
Sword? Yeah, oh yeah. Wow! New York, it's so small! What could we just maybe... Hey Luke, could you maybe ask him?
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
She's like slowly
I'm not gonna...
holds up another banana taffy time candy from the purse.
Would you stop that?
I'm
know, you
trying to
made a sad
decide if I
face.
want to go with you when that happens.
Wait,
That's up to you.
are
There's
we
gonna be
all
a
on
lot of
friendly terms
a
here?
lot of Romanian, a lot of drinking.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You know the person or not?
I know him. I just don't know if we're on good terms.
Can you ever really truly be on good terms with this person?
I thought we were on wonderful terms. I saved his life.
I
Yeah,
turn around specifically to
self-interest is-
Delia, so she's the only one that can see, and I reach into my jacket, into an inner pocket, and I pull out a little piece of fabric with a crest on it. And then I just shove it back in my pocket.
Yeah, you've seen that before. It was on Grigori's tabard.
Oh my god, you're lovers!
Okay, I don't. I don't.
Oh.
Men are. We'll just get this out there. Men are fine. I don't date them.
I mean, Samisi aren't really men in the traditional sense, though.
What? Are you telling me Grigori doesn't? You know what? No, we're not getting into that discussion right now.
Okay. Why do you have his clothing? I thought, a token of, courtship. It wasn't a weird thought. That's normal. People do that normally.
It's from the war.
Oh, that's a trophy.
Well, looks like we're getting pretty close to my stop.
There's
Let me
just
see, where did I
there's
put
just-
my bag? Oh yes, here it is.
there's just one homeless guy at the very far end of the car, just sitting there like, the fuck.
I wave at him.
No one will ever believe you.
Luke says as he picks up his farting box.
Yep.
Does that answer your question, Delia?
Stop being weird.
So maybe not on good terms then.
It was complicated, but
But
That was really weird.
let's go inside.
okay.
As the coterie makes their way to Blackheart Inc. The door jingles. The little bell on the spring, the old classic style, like bell on a coil above the door, rings as Luke would have an assistant running the shop while he was out, right?
Yeah, and this here is my shop cat who comes to greet me.
Your assistant, Kelly, nice
Sure.
girl who moved to New York, into the scene. Really sad that CBGB's is gone.
Yeah, aren't we all?
She says she came from upstate, trying to start a music career, needs a job.
She's just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
One could
Did she
say.
take the midnight train to anywhere?
Just for
Well,
that
New
loop
York
and taking your
specifically.
test.
This
Yeah,
time.
yeah. We know where.
Penn Station. Actually, no, Grand Central if she came from upstate. Anyway.
I almost slapped my mic because you said that. Just like, no, Zed. I don't know what my mic has to do with it, but that was my target.
Looks up. Oh, Luke. Appointment showed up. They're in the back.
Oh, okay, good, thanks.
As you,
Walk into the back carefully because I don't recall having set an appointment.
yeah.
Did you double book?
Sitting in the chair,
Swear to God.
not realizing that he'd be in town. Well, speak of the devil, and the devil makes himself known. Sitting in your tattoo chair, reading a copy of the New York Times, is a slender man. Oh, I wouldn't say slender. I'd say athletic. Yeah, he wants to look athletic right now. Long, twirled, pointed, bone goatee. Hair slicked back across the back of his head. He looks up. Ah. Look. It's good to see you. I thought we would check in and see how everything was going.
Well, that's fantastic. I actually have people here as well.
Ah, it might be good to see them. Come. Introduce me to your new friends. As Grigori stands up out of the chair, and we fade as we prepare for next time. Because that is where we are ending tonight's episode. With good timing from the follow right there. I have been Conry. With me from Ohio!
Zed.
And our special guest,
Riley.
right next door
Dara!
with me.
In flesh space, Cassandra Lee.
Ooh, flesh space. That's
Yeah.
Zamitzi propaganda again. We will catch you guys next time, and until we see you then, remember to always stay evil. Good night, everybody.